Check, check. Checking audio, checking audio, checking audio. What's up, Austin? We'll be live here in just a second. Audio is working, I believe. Nice. Well, I tried to do something there that's not working, so we'll worry about that on another one. We'll just play some background music for a second while we're waiting for some people to show up.
I'm gonna be a big rock and roll star with a leather jacket and this guitar. But first stop is School, where I learn about Japan and how to look cool. I'll learn how to get a cat and eat 100 tacos every day but never get fat. I'll meet aliens from outer space and wanna play nerd pop and rock this place. I can't wait for my first day. It's happening next Thursday. Welcome to Saber School. Welcome to Saber School. Welcome to Saber School. Whoa, whoa. Welcome to Saber School. Welcome to Saber School. Welcome to Saber School. Whoa, whoa.
First hour of class every day. Get the party started.
Hey, we are live. We are live. We're live. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit since we've been live on the channel. It's been a month, to be exact. It's been a month, to be exact. And I forgot how to do everything in the process, apparently, because I struggled like crazy to get all this going today. As you can see, I messed up there in the beginning. I was trying to get a little... I was trying to get like a little video. There's a way to play a video, one of your old videos beforehand, and I messed it all up. If you were there in the very, very beginning, you might have seen that it said, oh, check out this old video, but then there was no old video to actually check out because it wasn't working. It was working before stream. That's the best part. I did some tests and it worked. It worked just fine. And now that I was live in front of the entire world, it wanted me to look like a buffoon. YouTube's mad at me for cheating on it with Twitch. But anyways, hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Kimchi Chris here. And I wasn't really planning on this stream. I feel like streams on this channel, I don't plan them very well. Maybe if I planned them better, you know, things would make more sense. But I didn't plan this one because I had a video I was going to have for today. I was going to do for the channel just because it's, you know, it's new video Sunday. But then I noticed my number of videos. Oh, that's the side. The hair's all pokey. I noticed this would be my 200th video. My 200th I don't know. 200th video. I don't know if this will count since it's a live stream, but it said I had 199 uploads. So I figured instead of uploading a video, I'd hang out with you guys, do a live stream, because I was trying to find a reason to do one around this time period since I haven't done one in a while. So I figured this was a good move. This is a good move indeed. And we already have some people in the chat. Hey, Austin. What's up, Austin? So glad you're here. Glad you can hear me as well. What's going on, Trevor? So glad to see you. Always nice to see you in the chat, on the Instagram, on the Twitter, all kinds of things. Let's see here. Austin also says, how do you eat tacos every day and never get fat? He's referring, of course, to the anthem that we were playing in the intro there, Welcome to Saber School. That is a very good question indeed. And the easiest way to find that out is to purchase one of the physical CDs of Night Sabers off of nightsabers.bandcamp.com. Or maybe a download as well. That works out. No, the way you eat tacos every day and never get fat is you just make them a little bit more healthy, I suppose. You know, it's kind of one of those things like, you know, you hear that vegans are healthy all the time, but if they don't eat healthy, then they're not really healthy vegans, are they? You can still be not healthy and be a vegan. So it's kind of the same thing. You eat tacos every day, still be healthy. That doesn't apply to every food group. I don't think you could necessarily like eat nothing but hot fried chicken every day and stay healthy. But, you know, whatever. We could try it. So that's how you eat tacos every day. You just put like the healthy. You put the good stuff in there. You put the good stuff in the tacos. You put the good stuff in the tacos. That's how you stay healthy with them every day. I stay healthy eating tacos every day. I swear I eat them every day, except not during pandemic. I haven't ate tacos actually in quite a while. My places I've been going for food outside of what I make, I've been getting Korean food, hot chicken, and that's about it. Those are the main places I've been going for pickup. And Mexican. How did I forget Mexican? So I guess I have had tacos, but I haven't had them in a while. I've been getting a lot of like quesadillas and stuff like that. So it's good for your heart, good for your soul. Makes you feel good. Makes you feel very good. So yeah, that's what I've been doing to stay healthy during all of this time. Hey man, right back at you. What's up? That's what's up, Austin. Hey, Kiss Posters. Good evening to you as well. Kiss Posters. Congrats on the 200. Thank you so much. Congrats. It's really more in order for you guys. In the words of the great Paul Stanley, you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. Let's go. I think that's close to the quote. If not, it's paraphrased, but I wouldn't get to the point of having 200 videos without all of you guys. So thank you so much for all of the support. And while we're on that note, give this video a thumbs up while you're here. Even while we're live, that'll push it up, you know, further in the algorithm, and more people will see this live stream as it's happening. So it's always good to do that. But thank you so much. The chats really help too. The chats are dope. They make me feel like a quality person. It's good to know there's a few people out there that actually still care. Let's see here. Austin says, how you doing? Great or good, great or awesome? I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. I've got some green tea here for my voice that's in a Kiss mug. Look at that. How about that? How about that? So I'll be feeling really good as soon as that cools down. And notice, again, I'm trying to live a healthier life. I only have one beer with me tonight. And that's probably all I'll drink as far as that goes. I'll get water after that. I'll hydrate after that. That's what, if anything, that's what Twitch is teaching me. Hydrate. It's a very big thing over there. What's your favorite Cheap Trick song? That's what Trevor wants to know. That's a hard one. Wow, that's a hard one. I love Cheap Trick so much. From the bottom of my bowels all the way to the tippy top of my head, I love Cheap Trick. My favorite one, I really like Hot Love off of the first record. That one's great. I also like He's a Whore off of the first one. That's a great one. A lot of tongue-in-cheekness there. That's a really good one. What else? The In Color album pretty much in its entirety is great. I like Come On, Come On off of there. Big Eyes is a bar burner. It's great. A lot of good songs on there. There's a lot of good Cheap Trick songs. I would have to really think about come up with my favorite one. That would be a hard thing to come up with. Look, I wasn't even ready for a stream. I left, like, behind me, I left these, like, 45 records that I think look kind of messy. Maybe we'll pull a few of those out later and look at them or something. And I left my phone's audio on, so you probably heard a little beep. But if you wanted to leave me and go watch Mikey Mason on Twitch, he's on Twitch. He's actually a wonderful performer, and he is a Kiss fan. So you shouldn't leave me for him, but if you ever decide to, it's a good cause. When we played at Dragon Con last year, he was in the audience because he was playing at Dragon Con, and I made a Kiss reference on stage to Cold Gin, and he was the only one in the audience that got it. So he's one of us, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Trashy fan, tacos for life. I know you. I know who you are, Mason. I'm watching you, Mason. You don't know it, but I'm watching you. I'm watching you from right outside that window. The window right over there in your room, or maybe the one right over there. Ladies and gentlemen, Mason is in the chat, aka Trashy Fan. Tacos for life. You gotta love him. Haven't seen him in a while. We're talking about a lot of band stuff, but he comes from the Night Sabers camp of fandom, and it's cool that you found the YouTube channel. Trashy Fan, have you followed me on Twitch? It's twitch.tv /Kimchi_gamer. You should follow me on there. Everybody should follow me on there. I'm gonna put that in the chat. If you're on Twitch, please follow me on there as well. I do a lot more live streams on there, just to be 100% fair. And I'm having a really good time. That's not to say that streams are going away from here or videos are going away from here or anything. Like I kind of said in my video recently talking about Twitch. But I'm just on there a lot more. So definitely follow me on there if you are on the platform. That's a platform that empowers the creators to make a little bit more money, a little bit quicker than YouTube, if I'm just being 100% honest. YouTube probably doesn't want me to say that on their own platform, but it's the 100% truth. So making money is good in times of pandemic and quarantine. Kiss Poster says, nice mug. I agree. Isn't that it is a good mug, isn't it? I like that. It's a good mug. It's a good one. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight, by the way, guys? I've just kind of been blabbering, but that's kind of what these Q&As, let's chat, hang sessions are all about, is just kind of, having no script and anything. But what do you guys want to talk about tonight? I have all kinds of cool stuff lying around, by the way, that I can just show you guys. I got Gretzko here. Gretzko's super happy to be on stream. Just don't give a karaoke mic to her because she'll metal out, of course. I've got guitar picks just lying all around. Look at this sexy lady one. She's ready. Ready. What else do we have? We have a Hello Kitty guitar pick. Yes, it moves when you move. How cool is that? We have really boring guitar picks as well. These are all ones I play with, so they're not like, they're not like we have another pinup one. These are actually really nice picks, is why I have a lot of them. Aloha there. Cool picks. I have chopsticks here as well. I'm just showing, it's like a desk tour without showing you the desk. I have lightsaber chopsticks. Let's get one of the right colors. So we have I have lightsaber chopsticks. So if I want to eat my sushi, I have lightsaber chopsticks for that. How about that? How about that? Cool. Trevor wants to know who's my least favorite member of Kiss. That's negative. I don't want to be negative, but I'll still answer it. I mean, is it even fair to say Mark St. John is your least favorite member of Kiss? But it's because he didn't contribute a whole lot. Let's just be fair. He didn't contribute a whole lot. I mean, like, by default, he would be my least favorite member, but that's not to say that he, like, sucks or anything. He didn't give us a lot, so it's hard to really even count him. So he'd be my least favorite. But I also feel bad saying that with him being dead and apparently, like, getting beat up in jail and all this other stuff. So apparently he lived a life. Everybody thinks that Vinnie Vincent is, like, crazy. No one knows what's going on with him one. But I think it's like Mark St. John is the new mystery. Unfortunately, since he's no longer with us, he can't be that mystery. But I'm going to just call it right now. If Mark was still with us when all that stuff was happening with Vinnie and him making all the money and everything again after being, you know, in hiding for years, I think we would have seen Mark come out of the woodworks and he would have been trying to get on that gravy train of money as well. It wouldn't have been as impactful as Vinnie Vincent by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm about to cough, guys. Hopefully I muted that well. But it wouldn't have been nearly as impactful as Vinnie Vincent's return. And I don't think the aftermath would have been nearly as rough for him either. I think he'd still have a career appearing at Kiss Expos as much as you can with the fact that there's no expos or conventions happening right now. But that's going to a whole nother tangent. That's what we kind of do on these long form Q&A video, let's chat things. But yeah, I think Mark would be my least favorite just because we don't really know a lot about him, and what we do know about him isn't the best. I mean, he's for me, he's the weakest link on the Animalize record in general. Like, there's some good songs on there that I think are a little bit ruined by the guitar solos, just because of the way he presents them. Let's see here. Austin also wants to know what's my favorite Motley Crue song. That's tough. Another tough one, like the Cheap Trick question. You know, there's a lot of good Cheap Trick songs. Can I just cheat and say, like, Too Fast for Love as an album and Shout at the Devil as an album are my favorites? But with that being said, yeah, I got to pick a favorite. It's going to be something off of those. That's a rough one, though. That's a rough one. Knock 'em Dead Kid is pretty cool. That comes to mind. I also really like Live Wire. I know people don't tend to pick the singles, but I like legitimately really like Live Wire. I think that's a dope song. I think it's a perfect 80s rock song with a little bit of a punk and metal edge-ish to it. I think it's perfect. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. So I definitely think that's a good one. Live Wire, Knock 'em Dead Kid. Those are good ones. I don't know what my favorite is, but it'd probably be one of those two, perhaps. But there's other good ones, too. I really like Public Enemy #1 as well. That's a good one. I like the John Corabi album a lot. I know a lot of people that stan Vince Neil don't like that record. They say he can't sing. They say he's the reason the band was falling apart at that point. That's not the reason. We all know the reason was grunge and everything. Even if Vince had been in the band, nobody would have cared about him at that point. So why blame John, the guy that was in some ways in the right place at the right time and in some places in the wrong place at the wrong time? Because John Corabi is just a ridiculously good singer. Absolutely ridiculous singer. And guess what? Sorry, Vince stans, but he doesn't look like he's pregnant right now. So, and he can still sing. Those are the two things. You take the visuals out of it. So I like the John Corabi album quite a bit. On that, even the single is really good. Power to the Music. That's a good song. And Hooligan's Holiday. I'm on a holiday. I'm not even gonna try to sing like that guy. It's such a unique and cool voice. But John Corabi is amazing. So those would be like my 3 favorite Motley albums. Probably Shout at the Devil #1, Too Fast for Love #2, but definitely the self-titled one with Corabi would be number 3. Number 4, weirdly enough, everybody hates me for this, but I'd probably pick like the Saints of Los Angeles. Despite that single being kind of like not good, I like the rest of the record quite a bit. So I don't know. That's kind of my take on Motley. That's not what you asked for exactly, but that's where we went with it. I like to talk a lot. I'm monologuing here, guys. Basically. Let's see here. Austin also wants to know, your next video should be a room tour. Well, here's the thing. I don't know what room I would tour because I have a house and my stuff is just throughout the entire house. And I don't really want to show the entire house because I'd have to clean everything. That'd be an issue. I mean, the house isn't like a mess or filthy. I don't know if I want to show every aspect of my house on video, in all honesty. If I had a like dedicated music room or kiss room or anime room or something like that, nerd room in general, yeah, that would be wonderful. But I don't really have that. My stuff is kind of spread throughout my entire house. So I'm not sure. I have a video idea for something. Well, there's not like a ton of people in here right now. I can just tell you guys, I don't know when it'll happen, though, is the thing. So don't hold me to it. But the Kiss shelf that's usually like beside me when I'm making my like normal videos, it's not beside me here because my computer is like in one area, and that shelf where I film all the stuff independently is in another area of the house. But that Kiss shelf that you never really see in full force, I want to clean it quite a bit. It's kind of messy. It's kind of stuff has gotten unorganized. It needs a good cleaning. It needs a good spit shining. And then when I put everything back, I want to like reorganize it and whatnot. So I'm thinking maybe I'll like do a video before and after and then kind of go over some of the stuff up there. So that's kind of like a room tour in some ways, except it's a really small, skinny room that's tall. It's like tall and skinny Kiss shelf tour, perhaps. That'll happen at some point. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Yeah, but don't hold me to it because it might not. But it probably will. I don't know. I'm just not making any sense here. Trevor says that his favorite Crew song is On With The Show. On With The Show. Come on, baby. No. Hold on. I can do it like current vid. Come on. Wow. I like that song, though. That's a good song. On With The Show is dope. I was really happy when they played that on the Carnival of Sin tour, a number of years back. I went to that tour, and they were... That was a tour setlist-wise. It was really cool because they played a lot of stuff from the first two albums they hadn't played in a really long time. And they kind of divided the show into two like acts or sets almost. And the first one was like all stuff from the first two records basically. So that was like the all killer, no filler. And then the other part was like the hits and whatnot, which is funny because when going to it, you can tell a lot of people didn't even know some of the songs they should know. But that was cool. There was no opening act when I saw them. So it was like 2.5 hours of just like full frontal Crew. It was great though. It was great. It was a good time. I've seen them a couple of times. That might have been the best one though. That is one thing. We can all poke and make fun of Vince all we want, but when you're there in the moment, you don't notice the vocals as much, honestly. I have to admit, because there's like pyro and smoke and Tommy Lee playing drums upside down and like people going crazy in the audience, and you got to watch your back because like some drunk guy is going to fall on you at a Motley Crue show. It's unavoidable. Let's see here. Kiss Poster says Karabi rules. That is 100% true. That is 100% true. Any of you guys ever check out Union, Karabi's band with Bruce Kulick? That is. Union is so good. Like they kind of have like a 90s alternative sound to them, and that's when they came out, and that's what was brewing. But like the songwriting of Bruce Kulick and John Corabi is really strong. I think the first album might be a little bit better than the second one. They only put out two, and they put out a live record that's really dope too. But the first Union record overall is probably better than the second one, but the second one has some individual songs that are probably a little bit stronger than some of the ones on the first one. That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it, when you say it that way? But what I kind of mean is like there's like probably 4 songs that are technically better than songs on the first record, but the first record overall probably a better record. But it's good. Union should have been a band that lasted longer. They should have been bigger, but they just weren't. They were really pigeonholed to just be a band for Kiss and Motley Crue fans, basically. They didn't really try to push them out to a new fan base. And I think that was a waste. They didn't really sound like either of those bands, and that's why they were not super successful. Because a lot of Kiss fans and Motley Crue fans probably didn't even love them because they sounded a little bit too, again, like 90s alternative or whatever. But I thought they were a great band. Let's see here. Your favorite song is, we try to keep it clean on here, but that is a good Motley Crue song. We keep it clean for the kids because Kimchi's for the kids. Kind of like Wu-Tang's for the kids. I don't know. Smoke the Sky from Kiss Posters. That's another great song. That's another just dynamite song. It's a fire song. Austin says, what's the best concert you've ever been to? I'm going to get really loud and annoying into the mic. Best one I've ever been to. It's such a hard one. It's a Kiss show. It's a Kiss show for sure. But picking an individual one is like, it's hard. It's hard because they're all like good for different reasons. Like one of my favorites was seeing a live 35 in Birmingham, Alabama from like the 5th row. And that was great. That was really fun. That also had like some sentimental value because I went with my mom. That was cool. That's still one of the best though. I mean, because they were playing like the Alive album pretty much in its entirety plus some other songs. So that was really good. You know, some other ones that stand out, honestly, the End of the Road in probably like in Memphis last year. That'd been last year, yeah, last year. That was the first time I saw the End of the Road tour. That was a really good one. That was a highlight. Because the End of the Road tours and shows are just amazing, obviously. What other Kiss ones really stand out? I've been to quite a few Kiss shows at this point, which is wonderful to say. Funny enough, I mean, even like the Kiss and Motley tour was really cool. The Kiss and Def Leppard tour was really cool. The Kiss and Aerosmith tour, I went to that, and that have been amazing. But I remember being quite disappointed by Aerosmith. They went on after Kiss, and I don't know, they didn't come off as good because they were coming on after Kiss. That's the problem. That is the problem indeed. They just, I don't know, they didn't come off as good. Steven Tyler didn't seem to have it that night. But weirdly enough, when I saw Steven Tyler solo years later in a small theater, he had it again. So I don't know, something in the air that night. So yeah, what are all of your favorite concerts that you've ever been to, or favorite shows, favorite tours, perhaps favorite shows you've played even? I don't know. I would like to know those things as well from you guys. I'd like to know that. Let's see here. Clutch. Hey, what's up? Clutch 2827, Casey and the Sunshine Band. And KC stands for Kimchi Chris, by the way. So Kimchi Chris and the Sunshine Band. Well, you know, I showed this earlier. I don't know if you're here, but my band, I showed our CD earlier, Night Sabers. There you go. First press. Whenever this gets reprinted, it won't have the volume 2 on there because that's kind of a typo. It's not exactly a typo, but here's a weird thing, and food for thought if any of you ever want to upload music to Spotify from your own bands. If you have an album titled Volume 2, when they put it on Spotify, for some reason they're not allowed to write the words Volume 2, so they abbreviate it to like VOL and then like the number 2, and then they put whatever afterwards. And that looked like such hot garbage that we didn't want that. So we decided to change the record to Welcome to Saber School. That's not even it. Welcome to Saber School. So that's the image that's everywhere else. But if you buy these physical ones that we still have a couple of, you get the original band cover. And subsequent pressings won't have that on there. You can get those at nightsabers.bandcamp.com. We have other merch on there as well, like shirts. If you want a shirt with my face on it, that's where you want to. I need to remove that from chat because I spelled that wrong. But I'm going to throw that into the chat. I'm not trying to get money from you guys, but if you want the stuff, it's available on Bandcamp. But yeah, hey, I'd rock with the Sunshine Band any day of the week. Any day of the week. Let's see here. You can barely hear me. I see that one. The audio seems to be up though. Let's see here. You're gonna hear some echo for a second. Let's see here. Hey, check. Does that maybe a little better, hopefully? I've got it up a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Hopefully no one else is having that issue. Turn your volume up. I did turn myself up. Hopefully I didn't blow anyone's ears out. Let's see here. What's the worst concert you've ever been to is what Austin wants to know. Oh, wow. That's hard. That's a hard one. Because usually even bad shows have, like, something that's good, you know? I'd have to think about that one. I'll have to get back to you on that one. Because I really just... I can tell you about one of my worst experiences because I didn't get to see... So I guess this would fall into the category of bad shows. So speaking of Cheap Trick, we were talking about Cheap Trick earlier. And... I have a history. I need to make an entire video about my history not getting to see Cheap Trick through the years. I eventually got to see them. I've seen them several times since. But I went to this like festival here. There was this like butt rock festival with all these bands no one cared, like Papa Roach and Hinder and Junk. I see a much better. Why did no one tell me my audio wasn't good till now? Okay. I don't know how it got turned down. It got turned down, I think, though. So anyways, maybe I'm not talking loud enough. Maybe I usually talk louder. I don't know. We were having all kinds of issues when we were getting this thing started. By we I mean me. But anyways, I went to this like butt rock festival, and I know Papa Roach was one of the bands on the bill, and a bunch of bands you don't care about. And Cheap Trick was supposed to be playing. They were playing kind of in the middle of it for some reason. They should have been the headliner, obviously. And it's outside, and there was a prediction of rain all day. It's like, it's cool, it's whatever. And the band that played before them, I think, was Fuel. That was a band at one point, right? I think it was Fuel. And they were playing, and they were doing their thing, and I'd made my way up to the front, really close to the stage, because I, wanted to be right in front of them. It was going to be great. And the rain started to pour while they were playing. And they had to evacuate the entire area because it wasn't just rain. It was thunderstorms. It was thunder. That's what thunder sounds like. And there was thunder and lightning, and it was so terrible. And their equipment was on stage, though. We saw their equipment on stage, because Rick Nielsen was like his big like amp and everything. The Cheap Trick logo's everywhere. The mic stand with like 600 picks on it, so he can just like throw them all night. And anyway, so we get evacuated, but they say the show's still on. They let us back into the venue like an hour and a half later, and we just see them slowly moving Cheap Trick's equipment off the stage because they had to be to another town in like, a couple hours or something, I guess. So we didn't get to see Cheap Trick, and they wouldn't give you a refund, and the power was still messed up. So they said, "It's gonna be okay, guys." Like the radio announcer comes like, "It's gonna be okay. Papa Roach is gonna play an acoustic set for you guys." It was not okay. I wanted my money back. I was very mad. Also, my phone got destroyed that night. I was covered in rain. It was awful. One of the worst nights of my life. But Amick Caldwell? I never say your name right. I always just call you Frank Zappa because of your icon. What's up, man? You said hi earlier, and I didn't say hi because, I saw your comment, though, about the sound. So, but hi, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Austin, you've only been to one concert. What was that concert? I want to know. I want to know what it was. What Trevor says his favorite show was a Kiss one for the 40th tour, 40th year tour with Def Leppard. That's what DL stands for. The set list was short, but it was just magic in the air. That was a good show. Like, I felt like when you compare the Motley Crue and the Def Leppard Kiss co-headlining tours, I feel like the vibes were just like better at the Def Leppard one. I think that's just Def Leppard, though. Like, as much as we all love Motley Crue, like, there's always an element of just like, even to this day, like danger, but it's like a different type of danger now because a lot of their fans are just like old. Well, that's not right. It's okay. All the fans of these bands are old, but they're like the degenerates, a lot of them. Not all of them, because we all like Motley Crue. We were talking about them earlier, but a lot of the fans are just kind of rough to take in. Like, you might get punched at a Motley Crue show, and you will get beer spilled on you at a Motley Crue show. Like, it will happen, and you will have like a weird like interaction with somebody that you don't want to have at a Motley Crue show. So when you take that out of the mix and you throw in Def Leppard that has a fairly normal and fairly positive fan base, that makes for a better show than a Motley Crue one as far as the fan interaction goes. That's one thing that'll be interesting about the stadium tour, assuming it ever happens, is mixing those fan bases. Because Poison also has a really awful fan base to deal with in person, I would say. Personally, I hate them, the fans. The bands are cool, but, otherwise, let's see here. So Trashy Fan Mason says much better. Cool. I'm glad. I'm responding to that now. Let's see here. Trevor says, my all-time favorite show was Styx. Styx. I don't remember what year, but they were the greatest show I've ever seen. That's cool. I'm not like super into Styx, just to be 100% honest, but I bet they put on a cool live show. I remember a couple years back when they toured with Joan Jett. I really wanted to go because I'm a huge Joan Jett fan, and they were playing like the amphitheater, and the tickets were like astronomically expensive for the good ones. They were like $200 or $300, and since I wasn't like a big Styx guy, I wanted to see Joan, and I was gonna stick around for Styx, of course, but I was just gonna buy like a grass pass, like when it was a big amphitheater with like the grass area, and I knew at the time that venue for whatever reason did not take credit cards, so I was trying to stop by the bank and get money out so I could buy my like $20 grass seat to see Joan Jett. Maybe stick around for Styx. Probably stick around for Styx if I'm there, to be honest. And my card got declined because something got screwed up with my card. and it was only like an hour before the show, so I couldn't go to the show. I had no cash on me. So that's my Styx story on how I didn't get to see them with Joan Jett, and I was sad. I was sad. I was a sad little pickle. I was like 5 minutes from the venue too. I considered going down there and like hanging out on the bridge. So there's a bridge near the amphitheater where you can kind of like, you can definitely hear things and you can kind of see things, but I didn't want to do that. That would have been free though. So I suppose I could have experienced Joan Jett and Styx a little bit there. People do that all the time, but weird. It's a weird situation. Hey, Racer X is here. What's up, farts? Jess may come. Who's Jess? Is Jess someone I've met? Race R here, who's he's not Racer X here in the chat, but it's Race. He's one of my buddies from Twitch. We talked about Twitch earlier, and he streams video games on there just like I do. So if you guys come and hang out with me on Twitch, you got to hang out with Racer X as well. He's a Kiss fan. He's a retro gamer, an anime fan. He likes all the things I like pretty much, we've never met in person. We're like those weird internet friends, you know. We're like memes. We've never met in person. And if we ever do meet in person, it'll be cool because we'll get to eat sushi together, and we can use these chopsticks right here. We can use our Star Wars chopsticks to eat the sushi. There's been a lot of food talk already this stream. We discussed the hours of tacos earlier. Yeah, let's see what Trash Fan has to say. My Trash Fan says, my favorite show was the Night Sabers. You guys made the entire con for me. Made me feel like a right fool. So let me tell you about Mason here. Trashy Fan. I've been saying Trash Fan the whole night. I haven't even saying your name right. Let me tell you about Mason. I'm watching you, Mason. I'm on to you. So he says his favorite Night Sabers show, or his favorite show ever was Night Sabers. And he didn't even see us play like a real show, but he went to our panel. I think it was the Sing Along Adventure Time panel, if I remember right. And I decided to make him, like, I just, like, was mean to him the whole time. In, like, a fun way. Because I could tell he could take it. He reacted so well in the audience. He reacted so well, and he was such a bro, and he went with the punches so well that I was like, I'm just going to mess with him. And then we brought him to our next panel, which was Sailor Moon versus Dragon Ball Z, the ultimate showdown. And we had him host it with us. He was a ref because he had sunglasses, because he's cool like me. He has sunglasses. So we had him host it, and I kind of like that. I might hang out with that. Like, you can see the light, see things reflecting. I wish that wasn't the case, but other than that, I kind of like that. But he was the ref for Sailor Moon versus Dragon Ball Z, and he did a good job. And he's been a lifelong friend and fan since, but I like to refer to him as a friend. And that was at an anime convention that we'll probably never play again because it was a hot mess. I won't say the name, but if he wants to put it in the chat, he sure can. I feel bad that that's your local con because, anyway, it doesn't matter though because we're not going to have cons for a long time anyway. So, Mason, you need to come to Dragon Con one year and experience a good convention. But hopefully you have fun there. I mean, like, I'd probably like that con if I'd never been to one before, if I was just attending, but from a guest level, they didn't know what was going on at all. It was rough. It was rough. DJ Anime 2005. Yo! DJ Anime is another friend of mine that does stream on Twitch, but also I know in real life. And you should follow her on Twitch as DJ Anime 2016, I believe, if my memory is correct. I'm old, so my memory is going. But on here, she's a DJ Anime 2005. She's in the chat right now, so you can click on her name, and you should definitely subscribe to her channel here on YouTube because she posts video game stuff, if you like video game stuff, and anime stuff, and wrestling stuff. She likes wrestling. You know wrestling, when people like, a bunch of like shirtless, sweaty men like rub against each other. We're not going, that's wrestling. So she likes that as well. She has unboxing videos of like wrestling stuff, I believe. I think I'm remembering the right person. I don't know. I don't know a lot about wrestling. I know some of the classic characters. I know who they are because they're characters. Let's see here. Okay, I've missed some stuff. Racer X says, oh God! Trevor says, Poison just has a bunch of middle-aged moms as fans. That's true. Here's the funny thing. I was talking to my mom earlier, and we were talking about that. We were talking about the stadium tour and how we hope it happens. And she was talking about, she's a mom, obviously. She made this glorious being in front of you. and she was talking about how she really liked Bret Michaels and how good he looked, and how it was funny that Vince Neil would even step on the same stage with Bret Michaels. And then I said, "That's you think that's funny? Have you seen Phil Collin from Def Leppard? Because if I was on the same stage as that guy, I'd be scared if I was Vince. If I was Vince, I wouldn't want to step on the same stage as Tommy Lee or even Mick, because Mick like has like a disease. He like Vince will be the worst looking pregnant man on that tour. But anyway, let's see here. I'm missing some chat. RacerX says Jelhuba. I don't know what that means. Him and I met via Kiss fan and Facebook. Oh yeah, we're talking about how we met. DJ Anime says, congrats on affiliate. So if you guys don't know what that means, we've talked about Twitch a fair amount on this YouTube stream, but I made affiliate today. I got the email invite and everything on Twitch, which means I can start to monetize and make some money on there. So that's another reason why you guys should definitely go follow me on there, because it's a wonderful thing to get paid for, you know, doing stuff that you like. I put the link in the chat there, so if you're on Twitch, go follow me there. It's awesome. I don't want this to sound like too much of an infomercial. How I've also mentioned you can can buy this CD on nightsabers.bandcamp.com. But I'm just like, I've got product, I've got things out there. I'm gonna start bringing it up more. I feel I don't bring it up enough. And there's something coming soon from Night Sabers at the end of next month, probably. That it's a thing you can buy, but it's for a good cause. We're doing something that is charity related, so I'll let you guys know all about that, but I really hope you guys indulge in that. Not for me, but for the kiddies. So that'll be good. Let's see here. Bring Zappa Icon Man says, just saw Smashing Pumpkins during Sesame Dream. Oh, is that one of their tours? I'm not familiar enough with Smashing Pumpkins to know if that's one of their albums or one of their tours. Is that recent? Is that like old? I don't know. I don't know enough about Smashing Pumpkins. I don't dislike Smashing Pumpkins necessarily. I just don't know a lot about them. They're just like not my go-to band. I think from a lot of the like 90s alternative bands, they're one of the ones I like a little bit more. But I don't know. I just don't like that scene too much. But they've kind of moved on to being a classic rock band now. They're kind of a dad rock band. Isn't that weird to think about, that like those bands are the classic rock bands now? I mean, if you really think about it, even bands like Korn, Limp Bizkit is a classic rock band at this point if you go by the years. Motley Crue was considered a classic rock band 10 years into their career. Limp Bizkit's way past the 10-year mark. Isn't that weird? Let's see here. I'm missing some stuff in the chat. Let's see here. DJ Anime says, Night Sabers are awesome. I agree. I agree. We have some cool stuff coming up too. We have quite a few projects going on with Night Sabers coming up soon. One of the few I can like talk about. A lot of these things are like in the beginning stages, but we are doing a stream with Imaginarium Con, which is a Louisville-based convention that got canceled that we were going to play at. We have a stream with them in September, but I don't know the exact date yet because they're doing like a week of streams. But when I know that, I'll let all of you guys know everything about that. That's going to be fun. We're going to be streaming a couple different things with them, so that'll be cool. And we have another bigger convention we're doing some streamy stuff with. So that'll be fun. Got a lot of stuff coming up. We have some new releases we're working on as well. Yes, I said releases, not one, not two. I don't know how many, but more than one. Let's see here. Racer X says it's like cats versus dogs. See, I'm so slow getting to the chat because I talk so long, but yes, he's talking about Sailor Moon versus Dragon Ball Z. It's like cats versus dogs. And in that scenario, what it means is Sailor Moon would be the cats and Dragon Ball would be the dogs, because Sailor Moon's better and cats are better. Plus there's cats in Sailor Moon, so that all makes sense. But the others are still pretty cool, just like Dragon Ball. Let's see here. DJ Anime says Manpower was really great too. Hold on, guys. This is my old band. I have a CD inventory down here. If I can reach it, I can see it. I don't even know what you guys are seeing on the stream now. Oh, you're not seeing me at all. My old band, Manpower. Look at that. Yeah, I have that there. Anytime someone orders Night Saber stuff, I just throw this in the box to get rid of these. I have a bunch of these. But yeah, Manpower. My old band. There's a lot more like Kiss than Night Sabers would be. This is like a straightforward like rock and roll band. We had songs about like Jackie Chan, Michael Jackson, not a cover of him. We had songs about like like Fujiko from Lupin the Third, however you want to say it. Night Sabers had all kinds of crazy. I mean, Manpower had all kinds of crazy stuff. I had a song called Anime Anna. That was cool. That was a good one. Let's see here. Once back to the chat. Let's see here. Frank Zappa says, I saw the Black Crowes during the Southern Harmony tour. That had to be good. That had to be good. Still when Black Crowes were Black Crowes, you know, because this reunited version that never played this year was just kind of, you know, the brothers and some guys. But I'm sure that would have been fun too. I was going to try to check that out. They're playing 2 shows here in Nashville, but they, of course, are both canceled / postponed to who knows when. Let's see here. You saw Rush on the Clockwork one as well. That sounds cool. Rush is another one. Like, I'm not super huge into Rush, but I appreciate them for everything they are. I mean, you can't not appreciate Geddy Lee. Come on now. He is the ugliest. I remember the first time I saw a video from him. He has a little bit of a higher pitched voice, and I was a little kid, and I thought he was like the ugliest woman I had ever seen. I guess he would be because he's not a woman. Let's see here. What else is in the... I'm so far behind on the chat. Let's see here. I'm glad you guys are talking though. This is a good amount of interaction. Keep it going, guys. And while I'm at it, give this video a thumbs up. We said that earlier in the video. I'm going to say it again. It's like an infomercial. It helps the algorithm out because we are 200 videos into this YouTube journey, as the title says. How crazy is that, guys? 200 videos in, 800 plus subscribers. It's insane. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can monetize on here as well. Because pandemic. Let's see here. Where are we? Let's see here. DJ Anime. Yes, definitely find DJ Anime 2016 on Twitch if you are a Twitch person. Racer X says he loves wrestling. He loves wrestling. You didn't spell it right if you really love it. It's like WRACSLIN. I don't know. You love wrestling. You gotta love it. Neither of you spelled it right in either of your comments. But let's see. Trashy Fan here says, bro, don't remind me about how whack that was. I remember walking into the panel before it started. I'll definitely come to Dragon Con whenever that comes back. Hopefully it'll be next year. Hopefully that'll be next year. And hopefully you can see Night Sabers there as a result. How I said earlier, we're going to be doing a stream with a con that I can't quite say yet. Just put those words together and you can figure it out probably. Let's see here. Trevor says, my mom's one of those Bret Michaels lovers too, kind of scared to take her to the stadium tour. Well, don't then, if you're scared to, but if you are not scared, take her. I remember the time that the time that I gotta get more adjusted here, guys. Check out my shirt, by the way. How cool is that? Municipal waste. The time that Poison fans really stuck out as being like awful to me was when they toured with Def Leppard, funny enough, a couple years back. And that's how I could tell the vibes were different when Def Leppard was on. Because the Bret Michaels fan ladies were just like awful. Truly awful. There's like this the whole time. I want you to move, but like they were annoying. They're so annoying. A bunch of Karens. Rock and roll Karens of the world. Rock and roll Karens of the world. Let's see here. Okay, so that's the classic Smashing Pumpkins. Again, I don't really know Smashing Pumpkins. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't know them. Out of all the 90s alternative-ish bands, probably my favorite one was Garbage. We can talk about Garbage all day. I love them. I haven't been feeling some of their more new stuff. That stuff I wouldn't know as well. But the classic stuff, like the self-titled version 2.0, I love Beautiful Garbage. That's a dope record. A lot of people hated it. Bleed Like Me's a good record. And then that's when they start to kind of lose me. But I love Garbage. That's a 90s alternative-y band I like, because Shirley Manson was a good front woman. She's like a rock star, unlike some of the other people in those bands. Let's see here. Racer X is leaving us. Thanks for doing this, and congrats on the 200 videos. Thanks. I don't know if you're seeing this since you said you had to leave, but if you watch it later, thanks for showing up, man. We'll miss you forever, but we'll see you soon in a stream. I know for sure. DJ Anime says that she has that CD. This CD right here, I'm guessing, right? If you order this CD on Bandcamp, I'll throw in one of these for free for anybody. I really will, because I got a lot of them. I got a lot of them. Let's see here. Trashy fans just being a polite good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Jackie Chan, that's a good thing to say in chat. Always Jackie Chan. So there's a song on this. A lot of people don't know about my storied past. So there's a song on here at the bottom there. Not focusing at all. The Chan. That's a song about Jackie Chan. And it's a rock and roll anthem about Jackie Chan. How could you not love it? Everybody loves Jackie Chan. I have a poster of him in my kitchen. He's behind the American flag. Behind the American flag. Let's see here. I have an American flag, but I don't support Ted Nugent. Let's see here. Anime Anna, you remember that song? That song was dope. It's a good song. We've played that a few times with Night Sabers, but it's not like a mainstay necessarily. But who knows? Maybe we'll re-record it sometime. We've got time. We've got pandemic. Oh my God, there's explosions going on outside. I think people are still shooting fireworks. They're happy that the Kid Rock bar got shut down. So they're still happy about that. Let's see here. Have you ever heard of Budgie? Budgie? Plainly I haven't heard of it because I don't even know how to say their name. It looks like Geddy Lee. It looks like Geddy Lee's brother on bass and vocals. No, I have not. I'll have to look them up. Are they like progressive like Rush as well? Are they Canadian as well like Rush? Let's see here. Austin says he loves Garbage. I love Garbage too. They were when talking about good shows, they put on a good show. I've seen them a number of times now, and they're always good. I saw them the first time I saw them was the Beautiful Garbage tour. Remember when like Shirley did like the weird thing with their hair? She made like dyed it blonde, made like a foxhawk thing. I don't know. She looked kind of weird that way. I mean, I'm not judging the girl. She was still tough as nails and still a great vocalist, still a great front woman, still crazy good on stage. But I like the red hair on her. I think that's a good tradition. She went right back to that the next album and looked really way cooler again, in my opinion. I don't know. I thought the red hair was so like it defined her look so well. Then when she went blonde, I don't know. I just didn't like it as much. I didn't. And you know that record was a departure sound wise. And with her look changing, it didn't do well. That record didn't do well, and they blamed it on her look. But I think it was more the musical departure. They went so poppy on that record. I love it. I think Beautiful Garbage is a wonderful record, but they blamed it on the hair, you know. And can you guys hear those explosions at all? The pyro going on outside. Trevor says, I'm only really going to the stadium tour for Def Leppard and Joan Jett. I love Poison and all, and Motley Crue's my third favorite band, but they aren't the I had in mind. They aren't the band I had in mind when I bought the tickets. Okay. You left out the word band. That's threw me off. You know, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I bought the tickets for the whole package. I mean, Joan Jett's always amazing. You gotta love her. Def Leppard's always amazing. You gotta love them. Poison are fun live. Fun, that's the key word. If you're looking for like the most amazing musicianship, yeah, they're not there, but they're a party band. That's what they're for. And Motley Crue will definitely put on a spectacle. I mean, that's what they're known for. It's a big show. There's gonna be pyro. You know, there might be like circus people on stage again. Who knows? Maybe they'll bring out ICP and have them on stage. I think it'll be a good tour. That's assuming it happens too. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the new studies that are saying we might not have shows again until so out of focus. Okay, there I am again. Some of these studies are saying we might not have shows again until 2022 now, which is frightening for multiple reasons for me, not just not getting to go to shows. I don't talk about personal stuff on here too much, but my day job is strongly related to live music coming back. We'll just say that, as in it's very reliant on it. And while I'm not going to get too much into that, if shows don't return until 2022, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to be in trouble, like I got caught by somebody in school. But we're working on some stuff, some alternate means for financial rewards. That's why you should sub to the or why you should follow on Twitch. Actually, you can soon sub to me on Twitch as soon as I get the affiliate stuff set up, and that's more money for me, so that'll be great. And buying Night Sabers merch is good for that too. Let's see here. Trevor says Motley wasn't the band I had in mind. Oh yeah, you were correcting yourself. I made fun of your typo and then you corrected yourself quickly. You're a good pickle. I don't need to do that, so I need to look ahead. Trashy Fan says Rock and Roll Karens. That should be a t-shirt. That should be a t-shirt. Rock and Roll Karens. What would a Rock and Roll Karen look like? I mean, she would basically just look like a Bret Michaels fan. She'd be like, I'm not making fun of anyone's age here. I'm not being age discriminatory, but most Bret Michaels fans are going to be like the 50-year-old woman that's like, oh, I don't know, having a little bit of a harder time in life, but not like poor. but maybe like struggling just a little bit, you know. And they always have the cowboy hat and like the red lipstick that's just like protruding out, like a little bit too much makeup. And they think that if they get near the stage and they dance around enough and scream Bret Michaels enough, that Bret Michaels will leave whoever it is that he's dating or married to and will go with them. That's the rock and roll Karen in a nutshell. That just, it's hard to describe it. Let's see here. I will definitely recognize a song or two for sure. Metallica covered them. Okay, I will look them up. Bread fan. Are you talking about the food or the band? I'm sure you're talking about the band. I like bread, the food too, though, like if it's made right. I don't know a lot about bread. I do these live streams and I realize how stupid I am when it comes to music most of the time. Because like people bring stuff up and they're like, have you heard of this? And I go, no, I don't know what that is. And then I just sit here and they act like I'm an authority. It's like, you guys should be doing the live stream yourself. At some point I want to do a live stream on here with like a guest or two. Like, I don't know that it would necessarily even be like a content creator. I just like, I want to bring like a friend along that maybe doesn't know a lot. Like, how do you guys think about this? I want to bounce an idea off of you. Because, you know, you can do reaction videos and things like that, and that's whatever. But like, how would it be fun for you guys if I say I brought like a friend on here that didn't know a lot about our type of music, and I like played them a bunch of like videos or something. I can't show you guys the videos. I couldn't play the audio because of YouTube terms of service, but I could tell you guys what we were watching, and you could see like live reactions from them, good or bad, completely uncensored, unfiltered, unaltered. Would that be fun? That was something I was kind of thinking about doing. One of my friends said they would be down, and she makes music herself, so that would be cool. You guys could check her music out that I think you might like. But I don't know if that would really work, since you couldn't see the videos we were watching. I don't know how I can make that as entertaining as I would like. It might make more sense as like a constructed video, but it might be fun as a live stream. It might be more fun as a live stream because you guys could like suggest bands to us for us to check out. And who knows, there could be bands I don't even know that I'm seeing for the first time on stream that night. But the problem is like we would have to keep communication up, because you don't want to just watch us in silence looking at a video for like an hour or even for 5 minutes. It'd just be like, you don't want that for an extended amount of time. But I don't know. Would that be fun? Would that be cool? I don't know. Let's see here. Trevor says, people were saying that the stadium tour was going to be the best this year. Honestly, I was more excited for Alice, Tesla, and Lita. You know, man, I was so excited for that tour. Because Alice always delivers. Tesla's pretty good live too. And Lita Ford, despite the fact that I've met her twice now, and I've seen her perform like a couple songs at those same Kiss Expos that I met her at, and she was a sweetheart, one of the nicest like rock star type people I've ever met. She only played a couple songs, so I was looking forward to seeing her do more of a full-ish set. I mean, with her being the first band that night, she was going to get tops like 45 minutes, but I was still excited for that. Plus, you got Bobby Rock on drums with her, so there is a weird Kiss connection there, in the Vinnie Vincent Invasion connection there with Bobby Rock. And Bobby Rock is still like a monster on drums, so that would have been cool to see. At the Kiss Expos, they always do Cherry Bomb with him on drums and her on guitar and vocals, and the RockNRoll residency guys filling out the rest of the band. But seeing a full set from Lita was something I was excited about, even if it was a full opening set, just to get to see it. It would have been cool, I think. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm sad. I think the stadium tour, I might have been looking forward to a hair more, just because, I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of those bands in a while, and Alice is here like once a year now, which is great. I mean, there was a time period there for a couple years where I saw Alice like 2 or 3 times a year, and I'm not even exaggerating. But that I was really excited for that, and the fact that that one got completely canceled as opposed to rescheduled, it's both good and bad. The good of it is pandemic is stripping me dry financially, so getting that money back was wonderful. The bad of it means that the tour is not going to happen. So, you know, I on my stadium tour ticket, though, I did hold on to the ticket, even though the refund was offered. I had such a good ticket, I didn't want to get rid of it. So I'm really hoping it happens next year. Problem is, if we don't have shows next year, like some of the experts are predicting, and I only say that because nobody's an expert on this situation, but if we really don't have them next year, and things get pushed to 2022, a lot of these tours and shows are finally going to start to get canceled that have been postponed, I think. The other problem is we're going to see bands breaking up. And not a lot of the bands we've been talking about. Def Leppard can take 2 years off, and they're going to be fine other than age. They have age against them, but as far as like financials, it's not going to burden them. But these bands that are on smaller levels, or maybe mid-range level, the ones that really depend on touring, really depend on merch sales, all this stuff, they're not going to be able to make it with 2 years off the road, probably. I mean, unless we really get to some kind of format where we can really monetize these live streams. The problem with that, though, is that you can't monetize a live stream the same way you can a live show, and no one's ever going to pay for that. I mean, no one's going to pay $150 to set in front of a computer screen, but if you're a smaller band, even then they're not going to pay $20, I don't think, in large numbers. So the problem is, if all this stuff keeps getting crazier and crazier, we're going to start losing a lot of good bands, not just tours. And that sucks. Now, the aftermath of that means a lot of new bands would form after all this was done, I feel. And but the landscape will be so different. Who knows how things will be when all this stuff starts back? Because no one's an expert on any of this. You know, some people say there won't be tours till there's a vaccine. Some people are saying a vaccine won't happen for 2 years. So who knows? We really don't know right now. But that's sad. We shouldn't talk about that too much. Kiss Exposed. We should watch Kiss Exposed. I don't know. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you, man, on that one. Kiss Exposed would be great. I feel weird. Like, the person I mentioned earlier is female, and I feel weird watching that with a girl in 2020. Not like, I don't know. It's a little bit of a sexist documentary. Let's be fair. I mean, we all love it for what it is, and it's hilarious. It's great. I'm not knocking it, especially for the time period it was released. But I'd feel awkward showing that to somebody that didn't know what they were in for, honestly. Now, Kiss Meets Phantom of the Park, I would not feel awkward about that. That would be fun. You guys enjoy seeing me finish off my green tea there? It's cold now. I don't like green tea when it's cold. Well, I like green tea when it's cold if it's like made that way, but that kind I just brewed, I want it warm, so I had to finish it. And we're switching over to Korean beer. Height extra cold. All right, let's see here. So Kiss Exposed, I don't know. I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but I'd feel weird showing to somebody unexpectedly, honestly. Let's see. Trevor says, do you like Lita or Joan more? I love both, but I prefer Lita. She was also my first childhood crush. See, that's a hard one. I'm definitely a bigger Joan Jett fan. I mean, I can't even argue on that one. But like, I don't know. That's still a hard choice. Like, I can't decide who's the better musician. Joan Jett's plainly had more success also, but the Runaways are great. I think they're both so pivotal to that sound in that band, the sound of that band, that I don't know. That's a hard one. I mean, I'd probably go with Joan. But you know, Lita's really cool too. You know, Lita as your first childhood crush makes a 100% sense. You know, like the thing is about that too is like I feel if you saw videos from both of them like when you were a kid, I think most people would get the crush on Lita if they were going just off of the looks, just because, you know, Joan seems a little bit more unobtainable. She seems more tough. But in reality, I think they're both just as tough and both just as scary, and both of them would just destroy us if given the chance. One thing that's nice about both of them, though, too, if you're concentrating solely on the looks and not the music, is that they are both aging really well, which that's cool. If you're concentrating on the music, they're both musically aging really well as well. Neither of them's put a new record out in a while, but both of them, like their newish stuff, the newest stuff they have out, even if it's a couple years old, is all really good. It's all really good. I don't think either of them have really put out anything like awful. I mean, there's some things that are better than others. Remember, like a number of years back when Joan Jett was kind of having like a revival playing Warped Tour? I don't know if you guys remember that. It was the first time I saw her in person. And like the girl had to be like, you know, pushing 50, and like her stage outfit every day was like a pair of like skin tight leather pants and like a bikini top. And you just like, you see that and you don't understand. You're like, how is she rocking it still so much? That was during that weird time though, that Warped Tour every year would book like a classic rock band that was maybe like a little bit on like the lower scale as far as draw and such goes, and ones that kind of like, they were classic rock bands that flirted with punk, because like they had Joan Jett one year. That's amazing. They had Billy Idol one year. Warped Tour didn't come here that year. I would have definitely went. But the only thing that sucked about it is that meant, since it was Warped Tour, you only got 30 minutes of Joan Jett. You only got 30 minutes of Billy Idol, because on Warped Tour, it doesn't matter if you are like the biggest band on the tour or if you're the smallest band. Every set was 30 minutes. Every set was 30 minutes. And which is interesting, because when you're talking like Warped Tour bands, like even if you were like the biggest Warped Tour band in the world, you were like My Chemical Romance or Paramore, you still got 30 minutes. You still got the same amount that like Valiant Thor or like Every Time I Die got, which is like really crazy to think about. That's the way the tour works out. But I also think that's like oddly one of the most endearing parts of that tour. You also, the schedules changed every day. Nobody was exactly a headliner. Nobody was exactly an opener. And that was one of the beautiful things about Warped Tour. I miss Warped Tour so much. A lot of people just say, oh, you know, it's all these screamo and emo bands, you know, and there was a lot of that towards the end, but there also was like, say, the year that Municipal Waste was on there. That was the year that Municipal Waste was there, Gwar was there, Sick of It All, the Adolescents, Bad Cop, Hatebreed. Like, that was a heavy and cool year with a lot of old bands, and also Feld, apparently. They're trying to bring in an older crowd. They also forgot that the older crowd have jobs on weekdays, so they can't go to Warped Tour at 11 a.m. necessarily. So it was cool though. What was cool about it too was that it wasn't good for the bands necessarily, but like the Adolescents, for example, a classic 80s hardcore punk band, you got to see them mix in there, and like they played to an audience at my stop of like maybe 30 people, which sucks honestly, but it was cool to get to say I saw the original Adolescents with 30 people. I don't know that it was every original member, but I think it was majority the original members. And the singer, he was out just watching bands all day, and funny enough, related to a lot of things we were talking about, even though he's like this hardcore punk guy from like the 80s, I guess he's a otaku at least to a degree, because I remember he had, I want to say it was either Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai 7 shirt on, which was hilarious, because I was kind of like looking, I was like, is that the singer from the Adolescents rocking an anime shirt? And that's what he wore on stage. I was like, oh, that was him. He's out there rocking out to like every band throughout the day. What a cool guy. You know, he's like this like 55-year-old guy out on Warped Tour watching all the bands all day. Let's see here. Have you listened to One OK Rock at all? I sure have, DJ. I know you're a big fan. I'm not a big fan myself. Sorry. We have some similarities on our music taste, but that's not really one of them. I mean, I'm proud of everything those guys have done, though, because the forward momentum that band has helped grant for Japanese artists in America, or at least what they were doing for a time period, was pretty big at that time. I mean, there's not a lot of Japanese bands that got on big tours like they did. I mean, they were on Warped Tour. And they also opened for like bands like, didn't they open for bands like All Time Low and things like that? I mean, they were doing some big things for that. I'm just not a big fan of that pop punky, emo-y kind of sound. Really, it's just not my thing. If I'm listening to pop punk, I want the Ramones, which people don't even call them pop punk because they're just a punk band that happens to have pop hooks. But I think they did a lot to forward Japanese music in America. Yeah, he said they were good live in person. I bet they were, honestly. Speaking of Warped Tour, did you know that Hyde from Lark and Sill, his band Vamps or Vampires, I think it's Vamps, they played on Warped Tour, one of the last ones they had. And I can only imagine seeing a Hyde playing to, 40 people probably, because like Warped Tour had big numbers for big bands, but nobody on that tour would have known who they were. And I'm sure the 40 people they played to were all people that were fans exclusively of Hyde. They came to see him. You see all the like J-Rock kids in the audience, So yeah, I'm sure that would have been cool. I think though the forward momentum they've helped with is great. So I'm okay with them having a big fan base here in America. Let's see here. Trashy Fan says, my friend wanted me to go to Warped Tour so bad. You should have went. It's over now. But I wasn't gonna get up early to hope that we get into the line early enough. You don't, like, the line doesn't matter. If you have a ticket, you're going to get in. Mason. We've talked about this. You don't listen to me. If you have a ticket, you're going to get in. The thing that sucks, though, about the line is, like, you don't know the schedule of all the bands before you get in. And I know that last one I went to, I really want to see Valiant Thor because they're incredible. Everyone here should check out Valiant Thor. They're great. They have a singer that his name is Valiant himself. That's his name. Great, just straightforward rock and roll band. I really wanted to see them. They were going to be one of the highlights of the day for me, and I missed them because I was in line. But you should have went to Warped Tour. It's an experience everybody should have once in their life, but unfortunately it's done now, so you can't have it now. You messed up, Mason. What's wrong with you? Horror Fan Dad says, "Hello, Chris," and he gives me the medal. What's up, Horror Dad fan? I'm glad to see you here. I know you're on most streams. I was surprised I didn't see you yet, actually. So thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing up. This stream was not planned, though. I've got to the point where I want to, with my stream, start like planning them out a little and maybe promoting them a couple days beforehand so it can like build hype. But I realized that I was about to upload my 200th video, and I decided to not do that and do it as a live stream instead to celebrate. It's a celebration. Everybody, cheers. 200 videos. A lot of wasted time and a lot of not so wasted time. But yeah, glad you're here, Horror Dad. That was your greeting. You got like a 3-minute greeting. That's pretty good. DJ Anime says, I saw them last year. Yes, still talking about One OK Rock. Yeah. Probably in Atlanta, I'm guessing. They get all the Japanese bands. Let's see here. Trevor says, I know you listened to the Greta EP. I know you didn't like it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Greta Van Fleet. But you remember your favorite song if you had one? They kind of all just sounded the same. I'm sorry. I think here's my problem with Greta Van Fleet. Here's my problem with them. I think this is like a common problem that people have with that band. They are talented. They are a talented band. They can play and sing circles around me. And I know you don't listen to music necessarily just because people are better or worse than you. I like a lot of punk bands that can barely play their instruments, and I still think they're wonderful musicians and good bands. But the problem with Greta Van Fleet is not their playing abilities, definitely not their marketing, because they've got somebody with some money behind them. There's a side of me that thinks Greta Van Fleet is similar to a boy band, honestly, in the fact of the amount of money that's behind them. Because don't fool yourself for a second. There's some money behind those guys. Somebody in their family or their friends or something has some money. But yeah, they are talented. Their branding's on point, which I appreciate. Because they're younger, they're doing well with the young crowd as well as the old crowd because of the style of their music. They're kind of doing well with the old crowd. I feel like younger people are mostly into them. But the biggest problem is, even though they can play circles around me, they can't write a song to save their lives, in my opinion. I don't think that they know how to write music. I'm sorry. I don't think that they're good at writing music at all. They don't write memorable songs. They don't have hooks. I mean, they have hooks, but I don't remember any of them. And I mean, it's one of those when you listen to it, nothing was memorable. Nothing was original. Those guys, they need a Desmond Child. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody to help write with them or write even for them. They need Paul Stanley, Have Paul Stanley go in there and write some songs for him. Have Butch Walker work with them. Butch Walker would do a good job with those guys, I think. I'm not sure he'd pick them up, though, but I think if the money was right, he would. I don't know, though. He does a lot of more for fun projects now, so I'm not sure he would work with them if he didn't like them as people. But I found it hard to really remember anything. They're not memorable. They're like a really well-produced bar band in that regard. And I hate saying that because I know they're trying, and they are trying to bring rock back. Here's a funny thing, though. I watched a video the other day about rock dying and such, because they're always making those kind of videos. This was from the Punk Rock MBA, a pretty cool channel on here if you've never checked it out. I don't agree with that guy's opinions all the time, but one opinion he had, I'm still playing with my lightsaber chopsticks. Thanks, Fruit Basket. I can't remember my friend's name, what she goes by on Instagram. But anyway, one of the biggest problems with Greta Van Fleet too is that they're aiming their music towards an older audience. That's the other weird thing about them on a marketing standpoint, but that's not exactly what they're transitioning to. So I don't know. There's a lot of things about Greta Van Fleet. I could literally sit here and talk about them for an hour probably, and talk about everything that I thought they were doing right, as well as everything I thought they were doing wrong. Because I don't think they're a bad band necessarily. They're just they're not my band. They're not my band. And it was Fruit Basket that gave these. I don't know why I couldn't remember her name for a second. I know her real name, but I don't want to say that on stream. Anonymity. But I don't know. Greta Van Fleet's not they're just not my band. That's the thing. Let's see here. Yeah, you saw One OK Rock in Atlanta. Look, me talking about Greta Van Fleet made me lose viewers too, so that proves a point even further. Let's see here. Well, excuse you, Mason, as well. I'm soon gonna have a mic stand, by the way, guys. That'll it'll put it closer to me, so the audio is gonna be better. But until then, we gotta suffer just a little bit. I have it ordered from Amazon. I have a pop filter ordered as well, so anytime I'm popping, it won't be nearly as offensive anymore. That might have hurt your ears if you were on headphones, and I apologize. Yeah, shame on you, Mason. Let's see. Trevor says to be far, the original Kiss lineup weren't that great of musicians other than Ace and Gene's underrated bass. Again, though, I don't think musicianship is the point. I think when the first Ramones record came out, those guys couldn't hardly play at all. The thing behind the Ramones, they wanted to make a band, and they picked instruments and just made a band. Again, it's the writing. Kiss could write on their first record. The Ramones could write on their first record. So many bands could write good songs, regardless of their playing abilities. And that's the opposite problem I think that Greta Van Fleet has. They are very good musicians, very proficient musicians. They can play circles around me, circles around a lot of people. They just can't write a song to save their lives. There's a difference between playing well and writing a good song, and they've got one of them down really good, really well. They're all good players. They just can't write a song that's going to grab me at all. They really can't. I'm not even mad at the fact that they're not the most original. Like, I love the Struts, and they're kind of derivative of Queen. They kind of fall in that same category of like a newer rock band that's going to save rock and everything. And I think the Struts have the abilities to do it a little bit more. They're not as derivative necessarily, I think, because they do sound different. But like with them, it's more of like it's a similar setup. Like you have the three backing guys that are all just like kind of straightforward rock guys. You have the front man that's like flamboyant with like makeup and can sing and everything. He can't sing as well as Freddie Mercury because nobody can. But I really like the Struts. And, I think they're the face of what I want for future rock and for a future rock band that's like absolutely phenomenally huge. And here's the thing, the Struts, musicianship wise, probably aren't as strong as Greta Van Fleet, but they can write those pop hooks, man. They can write those hooks. That's why I think the Struts are going to also be bigger too, is I think the Struts are going to transition from being like a straightforward rock band to being more of like a pop rock band, because that's what they are kind of right now. I would not be surprised to eventually see them go full on power pop or just straightforward pop or something. I think that's the direction they're going to go in, but I'm okay with that. And look at Trevor putting the quote from Gene Simmons. I'm gonna put my log in your fireplace. See, again though, here's the thing though. Musically speaking, that has a memorable hook in the song, and everybody remembers that quote too. But yeah, I mean, Gene's not the strongest writer in Kiss, but Paul's really good, and Gene does write good songs when Gene applies himself. Gene wasn't applying himself on Animalize at all, so that's unfair. It's because, like, I mean, if you want to compare Greta Van Fleet now, because like I think they're trying really hard. That's the thing. If they're not trying hard, that's a really awkward thing to do in your first couple years as a band. But I think Gene was not trying at that point. Look at Greta Van Fleet, 15 years from now, because that was Animalized 15 years in, and things, might be a little bit different. But I don't know. They might grow into being able to write good songs. I don't know. I'm not counting them out, but I'm also not like pumped about them either. I like the Struts better. I like Ghost. I think Ghost are another band that they're basically already an arena band. I think had pandemic not happened and they were like on the road like next year, which they might, who knows. I think next time that Ghost tours, they will officially be an arena band, which is funny because Ghost was a band that as they were starting out, I never would have thought was going to get as big as they are, because their imagery just isn't commercial at all. It's kind of become commercial because like evil imagery and like satanic imagery and things like that have become more commercial over time. But I would have never thought that Ghost would have been playing to audiences of like 6,000 to 10,000 people at this point, but they sure are, because they've also changed their sound a fair amount. They've went in a more poppy direction. That's kind of what it takes. But I don't know what the future is for rock and roll in arenas, because I don't know what the future is for any type of music genre in arenas right now, or stadiums for that matter, especially not stadiums. Let's see here. You hate Queen. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Even Mason knows that Queen is amazing. I don't know. That's a hard one for me. I don't get that one. But hey, you do you. I love Queen. I think most people do. But but also I give you credit if you don't like Queen, because you're not succumbing to peer pressure. And I mean that. Defending Greta Van Fleet and saying you don't like Queen is definitely not succumbing to peer pressure, and it's an ideology I can't figure out at all. But I give you applause. Do it near the mic, and everything for no peer pressure. Gene Simmons' best lyric was, I caught a tail of a hurricane, and you never ever be the same. Isn't that the next lyric? I don't know. Gene has some good lyrics. He has some good one-liners. And he has a lot of songs that are musically written very well, too. Gene doesn't give himself nearly enough credit as a musician, as we all know. He just wants to talk more about his branding, which I love. I love branding. I look at myself as a brand. I look at everything as a brand. It's all about being on point. And he got that before most people in the world, you know. Bands are brands. That's just how it is. But he does undermine his own musicianship as a result, and that's a little bit alarming. It's a little bit weird, but it's okay at the end of the day too. it's very okay. But yeah, I think he has. But again, Paul's the stronger writer. I know, like, some of his lyrics can come off cheesy, but things like "you're good looking and you're looking like you should be good." I love that lyric. I love it. I know Paul loves that lyric too because he's highlighted that one before. I love that lyric so very much. I think it's a wonderful lyric. And the musicianship is good. I think Paul really shined on his writing abilities too, like on his solo record in '78. Wouldn't You Like to Know Me? It's All Right. Tonight You Belong to Me. Songs like that. I mean, those are strong songs. He's doing them on his own. I think Ace is a strong writer. Again, look at his '78 solo record. Everybody looks at that as his best moment, his shining moment. But I do think he's a strong songwriter. I think Ace could have very well had a career writing songs for other musicians even. Same thing with Paul. But more so with Ace because Paul is a strong vocalist and a strong presence on stage. And even though Ace has a very unique voice, had it not been for Kiss, I'm not so sure he could have made it as a solo artist even to the level he did. But he can write some pop hooks. Again, Talk to Me. Sure know something's a Paul song. Two Sides of the Coin is what I was about to say. Dark Light. All these songs he was doing. Rip It Out. Speeding Back to My Baby. So many hooks. Hooks for days. So I think Ace could have made it as a songwriter, as a background guy if he had really needed to. But we see what he did, and he still did pretty well, I would say. Let's see. Trevor says, honestly, Gene can put his ego away better than Paul, if that makes sense. For the past, Gene today thinks he's better than Jesus, but he's admitted that in the past he was a major. Here's the thing. Yeah, I'd say it's changed over the years. I feel Paul's always had an ego, but he kept it in check a little bit better through the years. But with the invention of social media and a book deal and things like that, we've learned a lot more about Paul that we never knew until more recent times. But at the same time, I kind of applaud Paul for that. I kind of love how much he's been attacking the pro-Trump people and things like that. He doesn't care if he loses the fan base because he has enough money, and he knows that being completely silent on an issue is kind of the same thing as supporting it in some ways. I don't agree on that 110%. Some people say that. And kind of where I'm going on that is I don't know, if you're a little kid entertainer, probably shouldn't talk about politics. But if you're someone where it's not going to affect your career too much, like Paul, and you've already made your money and this and that, I think it's important to voice your opinions, because then at that point you're aiding to the problem if you aren't at least somewhat proactive and somewhat preventative yourself. So that part I love about Paul. But yeah, he's definitely got an ego. He's got ego for days. But here's the thing. If you're Paul Stanley, it's okay that you have an ego, because I have an ego about certain things in my life, I'm sure. But I'm not Paul Stanley, so I got to keep it a lot more in check, It's one of those things where there was a time last year where we were playing some songs on kind of a multi-artist showcase thing. And there were bands playing before. It's acoustic singer-songwriter, a writers in the round kind of situation. Everybody's doing a song or two. And all the bands before us and artists before us, I just kept thinking these people aren't that good. I was we're going to blow them away. We're going to absolutely destroy them when we go on stage. And that's what we did. That's what we did. We absolutely destroyed them, because I do come from the school of Paul Stanley stage banter and that presentation. And we absolutely just demolished. And the way I knew we demolished is that we definitely got the most crowd reaction. And people left after we were done. There were plainly people there waiting for us to play, and then they left. So it's easy to get an ego in situations like that. And if you're Paul Stanley and you've conquered the world, yeah, you're going to have an ego. So, it is what it is. But I don't know. I appreciate him a lot. Trashy Fan Mason says, well, Brian May could be a corny writer too. You call me sweet, call me sweet like some kind of cheese. Yeah, but still thought of We Will Rock You. You gotta love a song like We Will Rock You because it's so like pedestrian almost in like the title. And what I mean by that is like, how was that not wrote before then? You know, that was a song that was gonna get written by somebody eventually, and it just so happened to be Brian May and Queen. You know, and I'm not sure how many bands could have sold a song like that because it is kind of cheesy. You know, you say it as a positive, but that's kind of a cheesy thing, really. But it's also like the ultimate song for like sports games and arenas and things like that. So, you know, pedestrian as it might sound on paper, when you have Freddie Mercury selling it, and Brian May doing the thing he does, I mean, it's just insane. Do you guys know that Brian May is legitimately a rocket scientist? That's a fact. If you didn't know it, you learned it. If you knew it already, you're hearing it again. He also makes his own guitars. He also makes his own amps. He's a very smart man. I'm not saying that makes him better or worse as a musician, because it doesn't. I don't feel that intelligence equates to quality music or quality art, but he is a very smart guy at the end of the day. Let's see here. Trevor says, how would you rank every member of Kiss all the way around, musically and personality? That's a loaded question that would take like 17 hours to answer. That being said, I always do go to Paul being my favorite overall. Used to be Ace, but as I got older, I saw a lot more of myself in Paul. You can take that for what you want. Personality-wise, musicianship-wise, whatever it is. I think that Paul's like one of the better, he's like the best all around. And then right behind him would be Ace. After that, I'm just going to kind of say these as just kind of general ones, and they kind of fluctuate over time. Third favorite, probably be Peter Criss. I admit he's by far not the best drummer, but he's just interesting as a person. He writes good songs. I like his voice. I think in the 70s, I think he was on fire when he was on fire, and then when he wasn't. But, you know, Peter Criss would probably be my third. Fourth would be Gene. Yeah, I'm doing all originals as my favorites. That's just me. Fifth favorite might be Bruce Kulick. It'd be either Bruce or Eric. Those are fifth and sixth. I can't decide which one is fifth and which one is sixth. The thing about Eric is like there's Eric Carr. There's like, it's shrouded in mystery, but I never experienced him in person. But Bruce, I have experienced things in person, like meeting him and seeing him play and things like that, and he's really cool. Right behind them at seventh would probably be Eric Singer. Eric Singer's always been nice when I met him. He's been cool. Right behind him it'd be an argument between Tommy and Vinny. Vinny was probably been a little higher at one point, but you know, he's made the whole world mad at him. But when I'm really looking at it, like Tommy's always been cool and nice. No, he hasn't contributed a huge amount musically. He's contributed a lot to the business, which again, you're trying to separate the music from the branding and the business, but I don't know. I like Tommy. I think Tommy seems like a nice guy. I think he seems like a good guy. Vinny does not seem like a good guy. Vinny is not a good guy. So, and then Vinny would be after that, and Mark St. John would be at the end. That didn't exactly answer your question, but that's a hard question to answer. We'd be here a long time if I was rating like doing like a ranking of every little piece. Maybe that's an idea for a video at some point, though. If we were going with personality, though, I can tell you right now that Eric Singer would be a lot higher on the list, because every time I've met him, he's been amazing. He's hilarious. He's always joking with people, and just being a crazy guy. He spends time with you when you meet him. He doesn't just like shove you to the side after you meet. And same thing with Tommy. Tommy is a wonderful person to meet. I don't care what anybody says about Tommy as a musician or wearing the Ace makeup or anything like that. I don't care. I don't care, because he's such a nice guy. He's so nice. He's so nice. I've only met him once, but it was a wonderful experience. He was so accommodating. Technically, I met him twice. I went to his table twice in that Kiss Expo. But such a nice guy. But Trevor says that his ranking would be Ace at number 1. That's good. Gene would be number 2. 3 would be Paul. Eric Carr would be 4. 5 would be Peter. 6 would be Bruce. 7 would be Eric Singer. 8 would be Tommy. 9 would be Mark St. John. I like Peter more as a drummer, but I don't know. I like Eric more as a person. And number 10 would be Vinny. Vinny's in the bottom. That's a good ranking. Our rankings aren't too far off from each other, you know. We kind of switched around our top 4. That's kind of the biggest thing. So basically, you're saying that the Australia Sydney show from 1980, Bootleg, or that's on Kissology as well, that's probably like one of your favorite Kiss shows. I'm guessing, because your favorite lineup's there, and that's a good lineup. You know, a lineup I wish had done more was the Ace, Gene, Paul, Eric Singer lineup. You know, they only played a handful of shows. Those shows were cool. They could have recorded. That would have been awesome. That would have been cool. Funny thing about Vinny, when I met Vinny at the fabled Vinny Expo, aka the Atlanta Kiss Expo, 2018, is that right? 2018, yeah. So we were all in line to meet Vinny because the line was like 16,000 hours long, as you might have seen if you watched my old video on that. And you know, it was at like a hotel and convention center, and that's your third favorite show. That makes sense. It's a great show. That's a great one. But we were in this line, this giant line to meet Vinnie Vincent, and there was this group of like business ladies because there was like a business conference down the hall going on because it was like a big convention and hotel center, really big though. It was like way bigger than you needed for the Kiss Expo, so they only rented a certain area of it, which is really funny because there was also like a wedding going on in the same building, so you had all these like Kiss guys that were like drunk and wearing makeup and smelly and such. Gotta love Kiss fans. No, most of them are wonderful people, but you know, some of them can get kind of crazy sometimes when alcohol's involved. And you see them running through the wedding area was pretty funny. But anyway, where we're going with this, we're on this line, and these business women come up from us, this giant line of people, and they saw the signs that said Kiss Expo, but they didn't know what was going on, and they were like, Kiss? That band with the makeup? We're like, yeah, band with the makeup. And they were like, oh, cool, what are you guys doing? What are you here for? And they were like, oh, we're meeting Vinnie Vincent. And someone kind of explained, gave a quick rundown, like, oh, he's been in hiding for like 1,000 years, and, you know, he did some things with dogs and all these other things. And the ladies were like, oh, so you're all like in line to meet your favorite member of your favorite band? That's so sweet. And everyone just kind of like paused, and then the ladies could pick up on the awkwardness. They're like, is he your favorite member, all of you? And then like everyone almost in unison is like, no, Vinny's not our favorite member. Even though we're waiting in this giant line to meet him because it's such a weird thing to experience. But like, no one in line, that was not their favorite member for the most part, at least in our area. And I just thought that was funny that we're all willing to wait in this like 1,000-hour line to meet Vinny because you never know if you'll get to do it again. And at this point, you really don't know if you'll get to do it again for a multitude of reasons. But nobody wanted to say he was their favorite member. There's still like a dedicated following of the Vinny cult on Facebook, and that's their favorite member of Kiss. But those things are weird. You know, Vinny is still supposedly planning his birthday party in August. That's like a $500 a person thing to get into. But I don't know. I wouldn't go to that in the current state of the world. I wouldn't go to it ever for that amount of money. But you know, it is what it is. Trevor says, sorry, I have like a dunk in my throat. Trevor says, my favorite bootleg shows would be number 1, 78 Largo. That's a good one. Number 2, Animalize Live Uncensored. Gene was just on it that show. Yeah, he was good that show. During a time that he didn't seem to care, but he seemed to care in the live setting. He didn't like recording stuff. That was the problem. He didn't like writing songs, recording stuff, but live he was still into it. He probably needed a break from all the dumb acting and things he was trying to get into. Number 3, 1980 Australian show. I don't know what mine would be. I might save it. I might save saying what my favorites are. You didn't ask me that, but I'm inferring that you asked that. I might do a video about my favorite bootleg shows. That sounds fun. That's why I like doing live streams. I get ideas. I'm going to do that as a video. Don't hold me to it, but I'm going to do it as a video at some point. Let's see here. Trashy Fan says, we will wait for this guy, but we won't die for him. That's... See, you, Trashy Fan, is not a hardcore Kiss guy. Vinnie Vincent fans are insane. Like, the ones that are, like, super into this guy. And they would probably die for him. Because they pay $500 to hang out in a room with him for a weekend. He does these, like, weird, like, parties. Like, these birthday party things. And, like, Happy Valentine's Day with Vinnie Vincent things. And they'll pay $500 to hang out in a room with him. And he does, like, Q&As. Does autographs. He also charges extra for the autographs at that point. On top of that, like $50 an autograph. He sells merchandise. For the $500, what you're getting is like a catered meal, some wine. You get to hang out with the guy. I mean, it seems like a cool experience, kind of, but I don't know. It's a lot of money. It takes place like 15 minutes down the road for me, and I've never went to one. I'm not sure I'd be welcome at one either. I know that Vinny knows who I am. I don't think he likes me. I've said some things about him on this platform. But I've never really, I've bashed him to a degree, but not like to the level of some of these other people. I've just gotten mad when like he did things like stealing my footage to promote his merchandise. That one made me a little bit mad. In hindsight, it's a little bit silly, but those videos got taken down. I think somebody reported them because he stole footage from me, as well as Ralph Vieira, aka Almost Human. He also stole footage from some podcast. The podcast that, like, I can't remember what it is. If there's a podcast on here he stole footage from as well, though. I don't know, but it's a weird world in Vinnie Vincent. If you ever want to get down a weird rabbit hole online, look up Vinnie Vincent and just like find the videos. There's a lot of videos on this channel about Vinnie Vincent as well. Telling you all about him, all about Vinnie Vincent and all the things he's done for the last 2 years until I had to stop making videos about him because it just got too toxic. I've been really trying to keep this channel as positive as possible because it's weird that like my most viewed videos are generally things like the Vinny one or like the Bob Kulik and things like that, but like I don't like necessarily doing those, but sometimes it's good for views. I hate to admit. So, you're getting me uncensored here on stream, I suppose. At least the Freddy birthday shows were a good cause. Yeah, it's true. I mean, Vinny's weird little birthday hangs that like 30 people come out to are for a good cause. It's called Vinny's Lunch. I don't know how that guy's gotten by financially through the years. I mean, since he's come back, he charges an awful lot for appearance fees and autographs and everything else. But I really don't know how he gets by or how he was getting by through the years. I mean, I honestly think that's the only reason he came back into the forefront for a little bit, doing these autograph shows and Comic Cons and stuff. So he was broke. Guy had to be broke. There's no way around it. There's no way that guy was still doing well financially, especially with what he's charging. He has a merchandise package. I wonder if it's still on his website. I'm going to check this out, guys. And if it is, we're going to explore this a little bit. He had a merchandise pack on his website that he was selling for an ungodly amount of money. Is it still on here? It sure is. He has a merchandise pack that he's selling for $9,500, however you want to say it. You get 11 items in it. You get a Vinnie Vincent Invasion CD. You get a Vinnie Vincent Invasion All Systems Go CD. You get the double pack CD box set, which is just those two CDs in a box. You get the DVD RockNRoll Heaven Live, which is just a bootleg, so I assume he's like burning you a CDR, a DVD-R, I suppose. You get the Guitarmageddon Guitars catalog. Don't even really know what that is. You get one Vinnie Vincent Invasion patch for number 6. Then for number 7 item, you get Vinnie Vincent Invasion patch. So I guess they're different, but get those. Number 8, get an advertisement for the Vinnie Vincent Pro Tone pedals. So it's probably something printed off his computer. Maybe from Kinko's. Number 9, you get a Vinnie Vincent t-shirt. 4 shirts new. Okay, actually, number 9 is 4 items. Shouldn't they count those all as individual items if they counted the patches? That's not consistent at all. Anyways, you get 4 shirts. They're all autographed, by the way. I don't know why the shirts are autographed, but not the posters necessarily. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Number 10, you get Vinnie Vincent live poster, Merry Metal Christmas. And number 11, you get a Chiller Theater live poster. He didn't play there. I don't know why it says live. He did an autograph session, but $9,500. You can go to VinnieVincent.com if you really want to look at it or see that I'm not lying. But let's see here. The Vinnie Vincent videos kind of put my video on the map, or my channel on the map. They sure did. I don't deny that. Vinnie Vincent's good for business. I mean, I have no doubt with some of the other marketing things I was doing and some of the people I was connecting with that I would have had like some type of success early on without those, but those really helped. I mean, it's funny because that first one, I uploaded it around when Dragon Con was happening one year in Atlanta, and I'm in Nashville, so it's like a 4-hour drive. I had such issues with uploading that video. Just kept not wanting to upload. I was having issues. I wanted to get it up because I knew it was going to be a good showing for the channel. And while I was at the con, I got something like 1,000 views, which was a first for me. And there's like the comments were rolling in. And it was just crazy because the convention was so crazy. And I was just getting all these views, and I was like, what is going on? And I was naive enough to be like, oh, I made it as a YouTuber at that point, which I still haven't. Nobody has. But they definitely helped the channel. But they also hurt the channel in a weird way because, again, you get kind of known for something you don't necessarily want to get known for. It's kind of like when you hear the one-hit wonder thing, but not necessarily. But the problem with it is that we didn't necessarily get a ton of subscribers out of it. We got a ton of views. It was kind of weird. But then the video I did after that, I remember did really well as well. I don't remember what the other video was, but the next video did really well too. So I thought maybe everybody was sticking around, but that wasn't necessarily the case. But we're in a good spot now with the amount of subs. Would I like to have more subs? Sure, but we're getting there. We are getting there. That's also part of the reason that I've been doing Twitch a little bit more, because Twitch is way more creator friendly, and it's great. Yeah, you heard right, Trashy Fan. 15 items does not make it any better. That is 100% true. I 100% agree with you. Let's see here. Do you watch It's All For You Demon? That's what Trevor wants to know. Yes, I do. I love him. He's great. He's absolutely amazing. That's one of the people I met along the way when I talk about like networking and like marketing with other people and such. Because like he's great. I appeared on one of the. I appeared on a couple of videos on the on Brant's channel. The panel has spoken channel. The In Your Head channel. You know, because he does videos with It's All For You Demon as well. So we were in a video together. The three of us with another guy, the Kissin' Time channel. So we did that for Sonic Boom. Oh no, that was for Psycho Circus. So I was on the panel has spoken video for Psycho Circus, Sonic Boom, and Monster. But It's All For You Demon was in the Psycho Circus one with me. So that was really cool to do kind of a co-video with him, a cross-promotion thing there. But I know It's All For You Demon. He was hitting it really hard for a while, but he's really busy with like work and such. We're getting a little bit less from him on the videos, but he does really cool stuff. I love his dogs. Pee-wee and Large Marge are really cool. The puppos are great. But yeah, getting involved with all those guys has definitely helped the channel out. It's definitely extended our scope a little bit. So I really, again, knowing some of the things I've known, great to get involved with those guys. Really great. They're all good guys. They're all great guys. Let's see here. DJ Anime, you're back. Had to give Ichigo some cat treats. Ichigo is DJ Anime's kitty cat. He's yellow. He's a red tabby. Is that what they're called? Am I saying that right? He's had a bow tie on, right? He's a cute cat. I like him. I like cats. Everything's better with cats. As the song says. Where is the song? There it is. Everything is better with cats, as we all know. Let's see here. Trevor says, yeah, I seen it, and you defended Psycho Circus like your life depended on it. I've been on the panel since Dress to Kill. Yeah, I did defend Psycho Circus. I love Psycho Circus so much. Love that record. It's like, it's my record. It's my Kiss record. It was my first original record for me as like a Kiss fan. It was my first new record as a Kiss fan. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Everybody has that record, though. I don't know. It depends. Because it's like some of those people who got into the band in the 80s will defend Crazy Nights to the grave or like Hide in the Shade or something. And even though those aren't my favorite records, like I don't get mad at those guys because it's like if you were young and vital, your life was great, you had a good time with those records, that makes sense. I had a great time with Psycho Circus. I still have a great time with Psycho Circus. I love that record. The only songs that aren't great on it, I finally found My Way to You is arguably the worst Kiss song ever. And Dreamin' is kind of boring and definitely sounds like I'm 18. Other than that, it's a great record. But you guys, I'm going to be back in like 2 seconds. I need to run to the restroom. I'm a quick peer. Talk amongst yourselves. I know I haven't got to everything in the chat yet. I'm going to be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Put more stuff in chat. I want to come back and see like 10 chat messages just waiting for me. Okay? We'll be right back. Audio's on again. Told you guys it'd be quick. Hey, so let's see what happened. I didn't get 10 messages. That's what I wanted, but you don't always get what you want. But we do have a few. Let's see here. So yeah, okay. So yeah, Ichigo's an orange tabby. I couldn't remember if I had the right name, but I love Ichigo. Ichigo needs his own Instagram account at bare minimum. Give him an Instagram account. Maybe he has one. Maybe I'm not following. Maybe I'm the one that's out of the know. Let's see here. He shows up on my streams sometimes. I think I saw him on one of your streams. One of your wonderful streams. Again, anyone that's watching that wasn't here earlier, DJ Anime 2016 on Twitch. You should watch her. You should follow her. You should get in her chat. You should tell her how great her cat is, and then maybe she'll show Ichigo more on the stream. Let's see here. How would you rank the 5 Motley 80s albums? That's what Trevor wants to know. Let me make sure I can remember all 5 of them. We got Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil, Theater of Pain, Girls, 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 and Dr. Feelgood was the 80s, right? It's like right on the cusp. Is it 89 or 90? I think that's the one you're talking about, though. Let's see here. So, number 1 would probably be Shout at the Devil. Number 2 would be Too Fast for Love. They kind of go back and forth in my mind, though, depending on my mood. They're so different. Too Fast for Love, if you're wanting something more glammy, more punky, more lo-fi, that's what you're in for. But Shout at the Devil is probably stronger overall. So, number 1, Shout at the Devil. Number 2, Too Fast for Love. Number 3, Dr. Feelgood. Because it's pretty good overall. It's not as consistent as those, but it's still pretty good. Number 4, probably Theater of Pain. Then number 5, probably Girls, Girls, Girls. They're both like good records, but they both have some weak songs, I feel, as well as quite a few strong songs. Trevor, what is your ranking of them? I want to know. But if we're talking Motley albums overall, the top like 3 would be like Shout at the Devil, Too Fast for Love, and then definitely the Karabi record. Yeah, cue up Welcome to Saber School. That's correct. I didn't turn the volume up, I realized when I left, so it was probably on very low. Yeah. DJ Anime 2005 is starting Final Fantasy VII Remake tomorrow. See, that's going to be a hard time for me to support you. I'm still going to try to come through the streams. I'm going to be lurking a lot more because I want to play that game at some point. I haven't yet, so I don't want the story ruined for me. So, I can probably come in at some random times, but if like I start seeing cutscenes, I'm going to have to leave. Or like, just start lurking. Because I do want to play that at some point. I've never beat the original Final Fantasy VII, believe it or not. I downloaded it on the Switch. And I want to play through that first before I do it. So who knows? I'm one of those guys, though, like a lot of games, I don't get them till much later anyway. So it's like, it's not the end of the world for me to have to wait on that game. But I do want to play the original before I get into the remake. I know you don't have to. I know a lot of people that never played any of the original. I played some of it, I just didn't beat it. So I downloaded it on the Switch. Maybe I'll start it soon. I'm getting further along in Persona 5. So I don't know. I don't want to get too many RPGs going at the same time. Because they're also time consuming. But, you know, maybe we'll get to Final Fantasy VII Remake myself soon. Let's see here. Trevor, your ranking for the Motley Crue 80s albums. Shout at the Devil, my all-time favorite album. That's a good choice for an all-time favorite album. Theater of Pain. Or Lane, as I said there, but I know what you're talking about. I always point out typos. I'm sorry. I make a lot of typos, and I still point them out to everybody. Number 3, Too Fast for Love. Number 4, Dr. Feelgood. And number 5, Girls, Girls, Girls. Yeah, that's not too bad of a ranking. That's similar to mine. You know, really thinking about it, Girls, Girls, Girls probably is last. Theater of Pain would be like my 4th. That sounds accurate. Sounds accurate. Trashy Fan is going to watch you, DJ. I think that's what he's saying. He better watch me, too. You better watch me, Mason. Better watch me. Put that in the chat here, just in case anybody hasn't went over there, because I'm going to be streaming a lot on Twitch here soon. I'm already. That's not the right website. Let me delete that. See, I do typos all the time, guys, and I make fun of everyone else's typos when they're in chat, but I do them all the time myself. So if you haven't followed me on Twitch, go do that. It's in the chat, It's really fun over there. We're streaming Yakuza pretty consistently over there right now. And this week, I think the streams are going to be on Monday, so tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central, Yakuza 0. Wednesday, I'm going to do my first foray into doing a Weeb Wednesday, Retro Weeb Wednesday. I'm going to play some old school anime games. I think I'm going to concentrate on PS1, perhaps. We'll see. That's what the plan is. It could change. Depending on what my setup is. I have an emulator that doesn't work very well, but I have another solution that I'm going to try to use. If I can get that working, that's what will happen Wednesday. If that doesn't work, then something else will happen Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're doing Yakuza 0 again. So Monday will be 9 p.m. Central. Wednesday will be 8 p.m. Central, and Thursday will be 9 p.m. Central. I'm switching it up a little bit week to week. That's not always my schedule on there, but like this last week, Mondays have been strong every week, so I've been trying to do Mondays every week. But this last week we threw in Friday, and it didn't really like do so hot on views. We don't do it just for the views, but it didn't do so hot on the views, so I'm not going to stick with Fridays. I think there's too much competition for a streamer my size on Fridays and Saturdays, pivotal times. But that doesn't mean we'll never do a surprise stream on one of those. I just might do it like earlier in the day or something. Doing it at night on Fridays and Saturdays is pretty tough when you're at my level, I think. Wasn't getting a lot of people in there. So I did get one of you guys. I don't know if you're watching right now. I can't remember the name of the person. I felt so bad. They came over here from the YouTube channel. Saw one of their messages. I answered it, and then the chat messed up, and I didn't see the like next 6 things they sent me. I felt so bad. It was a 10-year-old too. They told me that at least. Who knows if they were or not. It's the internet, but you know. Yeah, DJ Anime thinks it's great, Trashy. DJ, throw your link into the chat so that he can find you and make sure that he subs or follows you. Hey, if he wants to sub to you, that's even better. But make sure he follows you. Throw it in there so that all the people can see it. Throw it in there. I give you permission. I know a lot of people don't like people promoting on their streams. I'm giving you permission to do it. I don't like when people do it out of the blue. I don't like it when somebody I don't even know comes on here and says, "Check out my YouTube video, young people." I don't like that, but if I'm telling you to do it, you should do it. And also, I don't mind if it's on something on a different platform. That's something that doesn't bug me at all. Like, if somebody came in here I didn't know and said, follow me on Twitch, or like something like that, it wouldn't bother me at all. But when they're trying to pull away from me on the same platform you're currently on, that bothers me. I'm just going to be honest. That's my ego shining through right there. It's just like you're biting their style. I would never do that to anybody. I would never, ever do that to anybody. It's just ridiculous. Let's see here. Trevor wants to know, do you like Ted Nugent music? I mean, he's a whack job. He sure is as a person, but his music is fantastic in my opinion. Here's the problem. The caveat there. I liked his music when I was younger, and I probably still do. Like, I probably still do. But I can't listen to it. At this point, it's gotten to the point where I can't separate the two. But that's more my thing. The guy's still a wonderful guitarist. He also has put out some bad music in like later years. You ever heard that awful song Fred Bear? It's funny. There was a Pot of Thunder episode where they ripped that song a new one. That song's awful, but now it's good for other reasons. But I mean, the guy's like 70s Ted is so great, but I can't do it now. I got offered a free ticket to see him a couple years back. I couldn't do it. I didn't want to be surrounded by all those people. No, I just didn't want to do it. And the more I've learned about him, he just gets creepier and creepier over time. Like, I didn't know about the Courtney Love thing. If you know what it is, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to talk about it on here. I'm not sure I can talk about it on here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, put a quick Google search in for Ted Nugent and Courtney Love. This should give it away. Put Courtney Love 13 years old. It's I can't support that man. Just on the off chance that's real. Plus his normal thoughts. Plus he adopted that girl that he married in the 70s. But yeah, he musically he's on point. The 70s stuff at least. Wang Tang, Sweet Poon Tang. I stream 4 days a week, DJ Anime. That's good. I've been doing 3, but like, and I did a week that was 2 when I was busy, but I would like to get up to 4. The problem is like, I keep saying that I'm not gonna be able to keep up any of this pace of things I've been doing, be it with streaming or content creation and even music stuff I'm working on in the background. I'm not gonna be able to keep up any of that pace when pandemic is over, but pandemic could last till next year. So I really shouldn't worry about it right now. I should just concentrate on making great stuff for all of you guys to enjoy, that I enjoy making as well. Let's see here. Trashy fan says, we don't worry about views, but there's a pandemic. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Trashy fan, have you followed me on Twitch, by the way? Have you followed me on Twitch? I'm watching you. Watching you. You followed me? You better. If you followed DJ, you better follow me as well. You should stream yourself on Twitch as well, Trashy Fan Mason. I think that would be a wonderful thing. I would watch you. I'd watch you all day on Twitch. I think you would be good at streaming. What would you be good at streaming? Maybe you could stream Yakuza as well. If you've never played Yakuza, it's a trip. It's really fun. Really fun. Let's see here. And he followed you. What a wonderful guy. Let's see. Trevor says him. I think he's talking about Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent and Paul Stanley are very similar frontmen, dancing wise, from the 70s. Wouldn't it have been great if Paul had worn the loincloth too, with nothing underneath, supposedly? Not now, but videos of them in the 70s. They were, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I never clapped in this live stream. Oh, okay. Was that good? Was that enough clapping? I think as I've been like, because I've been streaming so much on Twitch and here and doing all kinds of stuff. I think I've been like, I don't know, I've been more concerned about things that mess with audio more than anything ever. And like, I know this, like if you're listening in the right headset, like that's like awful. So I've been a lot more observant of those kinds of things. I'm trying to become better. I have a pop filter coming. And like I said earlier in the stream, I have a stand. So this mic will be able to be closer to me. And I don't know what the best level is. I'm not really like monitoring this in real time. But it's going to be better down the road when I get that mic stand. That's a weird thing. I have all this music equipment and I don't have a mic stand. But even if I did, this doesn't work. I don't know what's happening with audio with me doing this. This doesn't work on a normal mic stand because you see like the end is like is different. Oh, and I turned myself off in the process. So what I was saying is you have to get a very specific mic stand for this. So I ordered one that hopefully should be here soon. I also got a pop filter. So I'm just being a lot more observant of things that offend the ears. That's why I haven't been as much. But I can do it more. I should do it more. I still said welcome, welcome, welcome in the beginning. My weird catchphrase, I didn't even realize was a catchphrase. That was the thing. It was never like, I never had a script that said, this is what I want to do on videos. Like, hey, Kimchi Chris here. Welcome, hi everyone in YouTube land. Kimchi Chris here. Welcome, 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 all that. I never wrote that out, but then it just happened one day. And I realized I was saying the same thing in every video. So I ended up getting a catchphrase. And now every time that I'm on my Twitch streams, I usually say it, but I also like type it in the chat. Like I'll do in the chat, if someone's looking at this later, they're going to say, this is weird. Why is this coming into the chat now? But like, I'll start off the chat just like that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mason, do a good job in life. We're like almost 2 hours. We are 2 hours into this, guys. And I'm surprised there's still people watching, actually. I was going to say we're 2 hours in this. No one's watching. No one will watch this after the stream. Nobody watches a live stream for 2 hours when it's not live. And that's one of my problems I have with like streams, like even like with you, DJ. You'll have VODs up and you've told me like, hey, check out the VOD. And like, that sounds cool. But like, I feel with the live stream as like an art form, if it is an art form, I don't know which art form it would be. It depends what you're streaming, I suppose. But I guess it would be like, I don't know. It'd be like, I feel like if streaming is related to a specific artist, it'd be like Andy Warhol because it's like pop art. But anyways, that's a whole nother tangent. But anyways, when live streams aren't live, I have a hard time watching them. Like, even if I don't want to interact, I like knowing it's live and that if I do choose to interact, I can interact. I like that about live streams. So watching them after the fact, personally, I have a hard time doing it. So, but with that being said, anyone that is watching live, since it probably won't be a lot afterwards, give this video a thumbs up right now. Give it a thumbs up. We have as many thumbs up as we do viewers right now, which means that maybe everyone did give it a thumbs up. But if you are watching, interacting, and you're enjoying yourself just a little bit, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. That's great that your VODs on YouTube have gotten a lot of views. And that's when people are looking more for like playthroughs and such. I've been recording a lot of my stuff as I've been doing it with Twitch so that I don't have to like use just the VODs. Here's a little tip for you. It's weird. You've been on there longer than me. I shouldn't give you tips. You should give me tips. But if you're using Streamlabs OBS, you can record at the same time. And I'm just going to tell you right now, the quality is exponentially better than downloading it from Twitch. So if you want to make your VODs look a little better, sound a little better, be a little better, you should hit that little record button at the bottom and save it to your computer that way. And you can delete it after you upload it. But that's what I would recommend on that if you're wanting to upload full-on Let's Plays on there, because it looks better. But the other way works too. I mean, hey, yours are getting a lot of views. Why mess with success? If it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But I don't know. That's what I've been doing. Beer's almost gone. I'm only drinking one beer on this live stream. So I'm staying healthy. I was on a really I was getting on a regimen of like working out and things like that, and then I didn't. But I need to get back into it. I'm gonna try to get back into it. Let's see here. Yeah, Trashy Fan says VODs can have a hard time to pay attention to sometimes. Yeah, or can be. Yeah, yeah, they really can. I mean, if you're looking up like the most I use them for is if I'm playing a game and I'm having a hard time, kind of like a walkthrough kind of thing. I'm gonna have to do that a lot with Persona 5. Not that it's hard. There's just certain things I want to do. Like you have to. I have like a straight up cheat sheet up for all the test questions so I can get them all right. Or like you have to look up like best presents for the girlfriends. By the way, DJ, you will be happy to know I am working on my own harem in the show in Persona 5. I have I have the punk rock doctor girl. She's great. And I'm pretty close to getting the teacher. If you've never played the game, that probably all sounds really weird, but you can date multiple girls in this game. It's not as weird as it sounds, but those are the ones I have. I didn't mean to get on, honestly. I mean, she's pretty good, but I got her by accident. I didn't know what I was doing. I was gunning for the punk rock doctor girl, but I got her now, so it's okay. I'm gonna have the teacher soon. That's kind of weird, but yeah. Trevor says, favorite Kiss studio record. It always goes between Love Gun and Hotter Than Hell. I can say that one quickly. I can't decide which one, but it always goes between those two. What about you? What is your favorite one? But if I had to pick like a top three, it'd be those, and then right behind it would be Creatures of the Night. The only reason, like, it would be Hotter Than Hell, like, without a shadow of a doubt, that production just, it takes it back a notch. Love Gun's flaw is that it has Then She Kissed Me, song I don't really like too much, but otherwise it's a flawless record in my mind. And weirdly enough, I feel the perfect representation of Kiss as the biggest band in the world, because that's what Love Gun was. Hotter Than Hell, on the other hand, is a representation of the real rock and roll Kiss pretty much at their height. So, you know, they both represent very different eras of the band in my mind. So that's why it's hard to pick one or the other. But it's those two. They go back and forth. And DJ Anime says, enjoy my harem. That'd be great if someone was coming into the stream right now. We're just talking about harems. They don't know what we're talking about. It's a video game, guys. If you're coming in right now, you know. I know that like issues arise when you hit Valentine's Day when that happens. So I'm ready, I'm willing, and I'm able. Like Ableton. Yeah, Trashy Fan Mason, you should play some Persona 5 if nothing else, just to find some ladies in it, because you can do that. You also can go to buffets. So that's two things you can't do in real life right now. You can't go on a date with someone that's new, you can't go meet people, and you can't go to buffets. And you can't go to a bathhouse. Not that we really have those in America, but there's a lot of things you can do in Persona right now that you can't do in real life. I think that's why it's been such a good game to play during pandemic. Because it's really helped me with the struggle bus. I'm trying to date all the girls in Persona 5. I don't know if I want to date who's the one? I can't remember her name. She comes later in the game. She's like the last person you add to your group almost, other than the detective. I can't remember her name. I don't know. I don't know if I want to date her. The main, she's like this last girl I think that you add to your group. I think. I don't know. I don't remember her name. I don't know if I want to add her. But maybe I will. I should look up her name. Let's see which one she is. So I know that I'm saying the right thing. Persona 5 waifus. This might bring some really weird stuff up. Let's find out the name of the one I'm trying to talk about. This was not the best way to look this up. Wait, there's a website called mywaifulist.moi. Oh, this might be weird. Oh, Futaba's not the one I'm talking about, I realize. I didn't think it was her, but... Haru. Haru's the one I'm not sure I want to date, honestly. I'm just being real. I'm not sure if I want her. But let's get Futaba in the mix. I don't know. Futaba looks really young, though. That's kind of creepy. Let's see here. But guys, if you need... I don't know what this website is, but I just found a website called mywaifulist.moi. That's going to be a weird thing to explore later. Yeah. Trevor says, my favorite is Love Gun. Good choice. Second favorite is Hot. We are on the exact same page. I love them. I love Then She Kissed Me. And I like Ralph says Hotter Than Hell production adds to the charm of the record. It does, but it's also a little bit hard at times. Like, I don't know. It adds to it, but it also takes away from it. It's weird. That's a weird thing to say. I'd like to hear it with other production, but one of the most one of the weirdest things about Hotter Than Hell is just like if you're listening to Kiss songs on random, you know when those songs come on, even if you didn't know them, they sound so different. It sounds like a different band. Yeah, you said Haru. Yeah, it was Haru. Yeah, date 'em all. Is that what you did, DJ? Did you date 'em all? I don't know. I don't love Haru though. I don't know what it is about her. I don't know. I don't like her outfit. Like not like her like Phantom Thieves one. Like that one's cool. That one's dope. But I don't like her normal outfit. I think that's part of it. Oh, and as I'm looking at the waifu list now, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Sadiohuyo, the drunk girl that you hang out with at the bar, she's cool. I like her. She seems like a girl I would talk to in real life because she's just drunk at a bar. So I'm a fan of her. On this waifu list thing, though, it also has like the... Oh, wait, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. That's the teacher that I just mentioned. Ichiko. Ichiko is the bar girl. The bar girl and the teacher, the art they have on here of the two looks very similar. But on this list of waifus, they also have the men listed. So this is a weird website. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, Lala. That's the barkeeper trans lady. I like her too. She's cool. I don't know if I date her, but she's cool. Let's see here. 14 new viruses. I'm on Mac, so hopefully not. It's a lot harder to virus us up. You know, that'd be like a really like I'd land on something bad, but wouldn't that be a funny live stream if I just said people give me random websites and I'll go to them and I like show them on the screen and we explore websites together? That could get really bad really quickly. I feel if it was like for Kiss and rock and roll fandom, it would be fairly restrained, but if we're talking like anime and video game fandom and otaku culture and weeb stuff, it's gonna get really messy really quick. I really do. But on that note, we've been going for a little bit over 2 hours. This is the longest stream I've ever done on YouTube, guys. The longest one. And you guys are still here and you're still hanging out, but I think it's gonna be about time to call it a night. If you have anything else you want to tell me, I know there's a little bit of a delay on here. We're gonna hang out for just a second longer. If you have any other love stories, love messages, hate messages, anything else you want to send me, send it to me right now. I'll definitely read it out loud like we've been doing all of these, but it's been a fun stream. This is cool. We, again, 200 videos. I don't know if this will count. So it might be that the next video is the 200th video. I don't know if live videos count on the thing, but 200 videos of Kimchi Chris content. How crazy is that? Never thought that we would have got to this point. We recently broke 800 subs as well. The ultimate goal is 1,000, and we want that by the end of January is the goal. I don't know if we'll get there. I really don't know if we will, but we're well on our way. I never thought that we'd get to 800 subs on this channel, so that's amazing. Give it up for yourself. I'm gonna do the clapping. I did clap before you said I clapped earlier in the stream, by the way, Trevor, because I remember giving you guys a round of applause. So that's dope. Thank you for all of the views. As far as views goes, view goes. As far as views go. Is that proper English? Anyway, we're over 150,000 on those. The goal for the year on that is 200,000, so we might make it, which is pretty great. I did make a video ranking the Kiss albums, Trevor. It's in the videos. It's in the videos. I'll find that for you, actually. You want me to send you the link? I'll send it to you right now while we're on here. And you can watch it because this stream's about to be over. So if you really want to hang out with me for another 2 hours, or, well, the video's not that long. If you want to hang out with me for another 30 minutes after this, I think it's like a 30-minute video. I'm going to find it for you, though. It won't be that hard because I think the video, like, I think it got shared somewhere recently because it's had a few comments recently that are all, like, mad at me that I put, they're mad that I put Revenge's top tier album. And one guy wrote a really long, complicated thing on there that I just didn't even respond to because I don't really know how. It was Mark Santuki. Wrote a really long, complicated, convoluted message that didn't make any sense. Telling me I looked like a fool in the eyes of Kiss fans. Gotta love Kiss fans. Gotta love Kiss fans. There's a lot of great ones. There was a lot of awful ones. I've seen both sides quite a lot on here. But yeah, this is the link to my Kiss tier thing. Hopefully that works. Hopefully you can click on that there. If not, just search. It's called the Kiss album tier list on my channel, so you can search for that. Let's see here. You're about to buy a Nightsabers bundle soon, so make sure you sign it. I will sign it for you. I will sign it for you, Mason. We'll sign it for you. So definitely buy something. Buy something. We have an event coming up for Night Sabers at the end of August too. So stay up to date on all the social medias, of course, because something really cool is coming down the road that I think you'll like. And it's for the kitties. That's all we're going to say right now. And I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about cats. Everything's better with cats. But yeah, hey, Mason, if you order this copy could be yours. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we'll throw that down in the links as well. If anybody wants to support me during these trying times, and I'm just going to be 100% honest. Some people call it e-begging. Some people call it entrepreneurship. Whatever you want to call it. If you want to give me some money by buying merchandise, nightsabers.bandcamp.com is my band. We got shirts, we got CDs, we got posters, we got combos and bundles, like Mason said. All kinds of cool stuff on there, and it goes to support me. And I could use it during this furloughed time. So hey, Clutch 2827, you've been quiet for a while. I don't know if you're here the whole time, but later to you as well. And I will keep rocking. I'll do it for you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. Next stream on here, I don't know when it'll be. This one I think did a little bit better than the last ones. Doing them once a week and once every 2 weeks things seemed like it was a bit much. They'll probably be around once a month, but they won't have like a definitive date. But they'll be kind of related to like big events and stuff, be it like 200 videos or like a news thing I want to talk about or something like that. I might even do them like shorter ones or something like that. I don't know. We're trying to figure out the format on here, but Twitch is the place to go if you really want to see me streaming all the time right now. Yeah, we'll see you later too, DJ Anime. And yeah, good night to you, Trashy fans. So we are done forever until the next stream. So we'll see you guys on the next stream.